You're listening to Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside. Tales from the Flipside.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is a very special Flipside night tonight. We've got the OG in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Leg, Sean.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me.
This is a big show, ladies and gentlemen. We finally got him on. I've been trying for months, and all it took was a quick phone call.
Hey, sometimes I gotta get on the bat phone, man. The red phone.
Yeah. When the red phone rings, man, it's like, all right, man, here we go. Let's do it. Appreciate it. Though.
Off the mic,
everybody.
do a little talk.
Yeah, the mic was dusty. It really was. It really was. I think I showed up on a drunken chat, but I don't remember. So
that's usually how they happen.
Yeah, that's definitely how they happen. If I'm home at midnight on a Friday, that's kind of how that's going. So
yeah. Shout out to Drunken Chat. Big excitement over there. They gave away their drunken box, which was crazy, absolutely nuts. So
I was so mad. I'm glad I wasn't Vinny Kumar because it like stopped on Vinny's name and then like it was like one away from Vinny or something. It was
yeah, man.
That guy's 120. Didn't he win that big card? Didn't he have that big pull from you guys?
Oh yeah,
he pulled the show high. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Fuck.
Well, the guy that won Interglobal Comics is a friend of Global Comics Safari. He's been on a couple shows, so
cool.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida Surfer or something like that.
Yeah. Dude's
cool. I don't know. Okay, good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, my Bargain Comics. This is definitely a live show. It is not a rerun.
Do not adjust your sets.
Do not adjust your sets. Yes.
Not a rerun.
Yeah. We got some books to give away tonight too, of course. So we'll remind you guys to stay active in the chat. You know how we give away books on here. We've got some more of those Chang-Chi Virgin variants, and I think we've got some other another goodie that we can give away. And this is all thanks to Wanted Comics. Oh man. We might not have to give that one away, man. I might be taking that one for myself.
I got one for you.
All right.
We'll give one away.
Shout out to Drew and Wanted Comics. We much love to him, man. He is a big friend of the show, and we can't thank him enough for the goodies to give away to everybody in the chat. So make sure you guys are live and in full effect tonight. This is gonna be a good one. I would suggest you go grab a couple alcoholic beverages, maybe some Can I Bus, and have a good night, because we're just going to chat. We're going to talk a little bit about news. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the art world, as you guys may have seen from the thumbnail tonight, that we're going to kind of hit on. Pretty Matina-like, Arthur Sidum-like swipage.
Do we want to talk? We want to just start there.
Let's talk. Let's start there. Why not, man? Because
that's a beautiful cover. I mean, I saw it and I went, oh shit.
Yeah, let me
don't
put
buy
it back
covers
up.
anymore, but shit, I might have bought that one.
Yeah, there you guys can see. Well, let me go find the actual image while you guys talk about it.
I forget, what book is it?
Marked #1 variant. Jason Shaw kind of had the scoop on this from CBSI, but it's a retouching. The work of Retouching Academy on Instagram. Freckle Friday inspiration from Bruno Fabris, who's the one that kind of did that. But this variant, as you can tell, pretty much is I don't even know if we call it swipe. It's almost like a Photoshop, tweak.
Yeah, he did obviously change a couple things, and listen. We all know that this is kind of like and I can't remember where I talked about this. It might have been Mono Playbook, but the perfect way to explain this is like in the comedian world. Do you remember the shit that
Carlos
Mencia. Yeah, that Mencia got for
Joe
swiping.
Rogan went fucking punked him.
Yeah, Ari Shaffir. He was swiping Ari Shaffir's jokes, and he was swiping other comedians' jokes, and you just don't do that. And even if you change them a little bit, you know when it's a swipe. And in the comic book world, we get around that by just all he had to do was say after, right? Or contact the guy and say, hey, I would like to use your picture as inspiration. Do you mind? I'll say, da, da, da. I don't know what happened, but that's how it usually kind of seems to work in the comic world, right?
Yeah,
it's a fine line between inspiration and going. This is real.
Yeah,
real tough.
He tweaked it, but everything is clear. Like I was pointing out before, like the curls are the same place in her hair. I mean that's impossible. You know what I mean? Like the wave goes the same way, the widow's peak goes the same way. Tweak the eyebrows a little bit, tried to sort of slim her face up, but also that makes sense because she sort of has more pursed lips. And then he's probably just too lazy to draw her teeth. and so, like, dude, if you look, like, I hate judging this beautiful woman, but like the ears are a little off. One's a little high, one's a little low. That even matches right to left, left to right. I'm just saying, this dude knew what he was doing. Look at the pinkies. I mean,
the pinkies were I always focused on that. They're right there.
Yeah.
J.D. Maxwell has hit a perfect comment, right? And we were talking about this a little bit. Is this photo copyrighted or is it public use? Like, because that's another thing, right?
Isn't it not a photo though? Isn't it an art or is it a photo?
It's a photo. It's an IG.
That's another great point. It's a gray area, right? There's a lot of nuance.
So a business like I've had multiple businesses, but it's like when you have a logo, if you change 10% of the logo, like say you had a lamp and it had like a light bulb on it, and if you took the light bulb off and kept the lamp, you can use. You know what I'm saying? It's weird when it comes to trademarking and what you can use and what you can't use, I guess. But
so this is a professional photographer. He's not just some guy on Instagram.
Yeah. Right. Okay. That makes sense. So then I imagine, if you're thinking along the lines that he is a professional, he's going to copyright his shit.
Yes.
Yeah. And even so, quit stealing shit.
Amen. Thank you. That is the bottom line. Just don't swipe shit. If you're going to do it, say it's an homage. Say it's, give the guy some credit. Put it on your Instagram before it comes out.
Yeah.
Dude, flip her hair the other way. At least reverse the negative. Dale Murphy, 1989 Upper Deck style. Reverse the negative. And make it look better.
If she had blonde hair, nobody would even notice.
Probably
Such
not.
a beautiful photo, though.
It is. It's a beautiful cover. And listen, I think when we were talking about it originally, we were saying that it could be cover of the year material if it wasn't swiped.
Yeah. Plus, like, he's obviously racist against people with freckles because he took them off.
Oh, wow.
Well,
and freckles are so
I don't think Atlanteans have freckles.
Beautiful.
They
don't see the sun.
They don't?
And how fucked up is 2020 when this is cover of the year? It's like...
Yeah, I know. I like it, dude. I like the cover.
like it, dude.
I like her tattoo on her wrist. I think the tattoo on her wrist looks badass.
Yeah, it's good.
Her hands are a little kind of weird looking, though, if you look at them, right? Look at her hands. They're like, you might be right, Sean. I think if he didn't, like, what does this guy art look like if he's not swiping shit?
Yeah, dude. I'm tired of her left pinky by now.
Yeah. But yeah, digitally retouched is right. So I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I agree with Sean. It's fucking. It's.
Yeah, just give a shout out.
Yeah, give it a shout out.
Exactly.
Or even, and honestly, I mean, or even just ask. Like, be like, you know what I mean? That dude can come back and be like, I asked to use this, and that I mean, that would be cool. But
all the old timers are here. I see Doc Joe in the chat. Yeah, he's up way past his bedtime.
Hey, Roadshow was done like 3 hours ago.
Oh man, but yeah. So that was some news that kind of sparked a little debate with everybody throughout the week. The crazy thing that's still being talked about a little bit is Darkhawk, right?
Yeah, I don't know if we missed this last week or it was right after us last week. Is that Marvel trademarked Darkhawk for film and some other things, and which had sparked the world going, Darkhawk's finally coming to the MCU. Who knows?
Yeah, but don't they do that randomly anyway?
Yes.
Like, it's just a thing, right? So, like,
Yes,
this has been brought up a lot of times. It's never amounted to shit.
No,
as far as I remember.
We see, if you're on social media, you see Darkhawk post pretty much daily somewhere.
Yes,
because he is like the $5 pickup of the year for everyone.
Yeah,
people love that.
Darkhawk 50, man. Found a Darkhawk 50.
the CBSI group's notorious for posting Darkhawk like at least once a week. So
yeah, that happens.
Was it Sleepy that had like it bought a lot of like 9.8s that one time?
Yeah, I think he did.
It was something ridiculous.
I think he did okay.
And this is funny because Banana Momoko was talking about Darkhawk. And remember Sleepwalker when we all started this? Like Sleepwalker 1 was like the key to get, and it was crazy. Like Sleepwalker 1 was some kind of big
he
comic.
Appeared in one comic for like 1 minute.
And then he was on like Avenging Spider-Man 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh, well, look at this cover. Oh shit, they made that stupid ass book like a $12 book. But which is every single person's dollar bin in history. Nobody bought Avenging Spider-Man 12, right? Nobody even bought number 9 until 2 years later, and you still found. I probably found 50 to 100 copies of that, like 2 years or 3 years or whatever it was after release, and that Summer of Spider-Man flip book. But anyway, yeah, Sleepwalker was horrible.
So
and what about Slapstick? Slapstick also? When we go Slapstick,
yeah, he had a little day.
What was the book that had the Spider-Man in it that was so controversial? It was like a 4-part miniseries, and it was a book that you guys talked about on Pressable, and it talked about on back in the G Plus groups all the time. Something about there's a controversy in it. God damn it!
A 4-part series with a controversy. It was a Spider-Man book.
JJ Maxwell, you making fun of me?
No, it's not a Spider-Man book. It's Spider-Man is in one of the issues, and it's a controversial issue. Like something really weird happens in it, like Spider-Man beats his girlfriend, or somebody beats their girlfriend in it, or something.
I'm not sure.
Lopez is killing it.
God damn it!
Darkhawk is null.
Yeah, he might be. He might be. That's Donny Cates' master plan. He's been following fucking people for so long. He's finally gonna make Darkhawk null.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I hope not. God, I hope not. That'd be terrible.
Shit happens.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyways, I hope that all these books continue to sell, but we all know they weren't. Like, what is that? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the animated series book, selling for now?
I mean, it was $2K for a newsstand, 9.8.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Several $100 for the standard.
There's a good chance that that I have that shit in there. I bought so many of those and sold them for like literally like $10.
Yeah, $10-$20.
Yeah,
looks like
I don't even think
about
I even got
$50
20 because I quit buying them. I quit buying them.
Yeah.
And
$80.
And I've been buying newsstand on purpose of any book. I've chosen the newsstand over the regular, like for my as long as you guys have known me.
Newsstand went for
I literally I don't know which box this is in. And 2 weeks from now, I have a project of organizing comics, which is going to be great. And I've got to have a few of those left. I got tired of listing them.
Yeah, I mean, you might have a 9.8. That's some big money.
Normally, I would know if I had 9.8s, but like it's like I didn't care so much. Like that.
Why would you grade that book?
That I would have thought to grade. Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm following DeVoe's sort of now. Like I'm not selling that much that are 9.8s. I'm not talking about brand new, flavor of the week book or whatever.
Yeah.
But like if I find an old book and I'm pretty sure I can fix it into a 9.8, I sort of set it aside and just see what I can do with it. And if not, and after I press it or something, I feel like it's not, just whatever, just sell it as is or something like that. I mean, I have plenty of stuff listed. I haven't even paid attention to that on, but Yeah.
That miniseries was Spider-Man Reign.
No,
Yeah.
no. I want to
I
say
don't
like
remember.
Foom, but it's
Clone
not
Saga?
Foom. It's not
Clone Saga?
Foom.
Clone
It's some-
Saga?
No, it's not a Spider-Man series. It's a different character series, but Spider-Man's in it. It's like from the late 90s, and I want to say the cover has like Spider-Man and a camera on it or something like that. Fucking shit.
You're gonna just need to wait till your brain reconnects.
I know. I need to go. I need
Get some
Also-
medication.
I need to
You
medicate.
You need to get different weed, man.
I know. I need to medicate.
Last
You're
meeting.
right.
Hey, and I know that it's probably harder to. I mean, in theory, whatever, it's going to be harder to get a 9.8 in a newsstand. But I mean, for fuck's sake, how many?
If you get a 9.6, they're still selling for well over 500.
Yeah, but like, I mean, dude, you know how easy it was to find any of the Archie titles on a newsstand? You know what I mean? It's not like the new Marvel stuff. Oh, you passed up some Ralph Snart, dude. When's he getting his due?
Not
That's
anytime
my boy
soon.
right there, dude. I know. It's a haterade, dude. I
Yeah,
believe in
and-
Ralph
and-
Snart.
Like
He's
you
got
remember
a
back then
drunken
you were finding those books for like $5, dude. No one gave two shits about that book, man.
No.
You're find them for 50 cents, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
No one
I
even
sold
know
them
they
for
were
20
like
bucks
first.
all day and was happy.
Well, and there's
Powerless.
there's
Powerless? Was it Powerless? No.
I didn't. No one even knew that there was because there's another cover with basically the same cover, right? Another Ninja
Yes.
Turtle book with the same cover.
Well, there's another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures #1. That's like a 4-issue miniseries, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that has the same cover as this one.
Hey,
Isn't-
like there's also
isn't there two of these?
There's
There's
also
a
Canadian
newsstand
price
and,
variant
and,
too.
and a regular. Yeah, there's a Canadian price variant. Here's
Yeah.
the direct.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Yeah,
Oh.
221. Holy shit.
yeah, they're all over,
I-
man.
I never should have sold a comic until now.
Yeah, here's the other one. Teenage
That's
Mutant
what we've all
Ninja Turtles.
learned. But you wouldn't have anything good though.
No. Well, actually, I would. I'd be just rich off all this stuff.
Canadian
But then
newsstand.
but then again,
700.
I spent so much money on comics. If I didn't sell any, I wouldn't have any.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the amount of money.
Yeah, you
Like-
wouldn't own the books that you love.
No, I've had to do things like pay a mortgage and other things. I can't just spend it on comic books.
No.
Not that I haven't, but
Yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't have some of those books that you were like, man, this is awesome.
fuck. No, I don't know.
No. So
Or the stuff you're just like, oh, if it hits a certain price, I'd sell it. And Nick's 9.8, so I was like, I'm gonna sell all these when they hit $500.
Yeah.
You know,
it is what
finally
it
hit $500. I was like, a Raz every day. Let's do this.
is. The other news of the day that kind of hit was Wonder Girl series based off the Yara Flor Wonder Woman of Future State, which
Yes.
blows my mind of a character that hasn't actually been introduced. They're already eyeing a show.
Yeah.
Like,
You know where they're going with a lot of their cinematic and TV stuff, right? We know they're getting younger. They want to go.
no,
in that
definitely the CW is the ground for trying new things.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like they're not going to do that on the big screen. They're not going to do it on like the streaming channels. But for like the CW seems to be their playing ground for trying just stuff out. 'Cause, I mean, the whole universe has been fairly loose to, backgrounds and stories and all of that. I mean, Flash is sort of true to state, but the rest of it's, we'll take a little bit from here, but it's 20% comics and 80% whatever TV wants to do. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't generally spec on a CW series. They've not really panned out much. But and the other issue is this character has only got.
It's coming from the supernatural guy.
Don't fuck with Supernatural. I'm back on watching it, and I'm telling you what, I'm 2 seasons behind. I just watched an episode they crossed over with Scooby Doo. I haven't laughed for an hour or so hard in my life.
All right. Well, I'll give him Scooby Doo.
I mean, I laughed for an hour, but I mean, so this character is a rumor. She's appeared as not named in Wonder Woman Annual 4. I don't know whether I buy that or not, but she shouldn't technically appear till Future State Wonder Woman 1. So to spec on this at this point feels like dead, and because people are going to order a butt ton of copies of this book.
Yes, they are. And
the
Future
undercutter
State-
wave, as Mel would say, is going to be real fierce.
but there are some great long plays in the future, whatever it is called.
Future
And
State, yeah.
one of them is
Yeah, the Red X, that's a badass cover.
holy
Okay,
shit, is
yeah,
that
yeah.
cover amazing. Even the A cover is great. He
So
looks
is that
badass.
like
That's from
Oh,
Teen
no.
Titans Go.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go. That book is gonna shoot through the roof.
It looks
Teen
like-
Titans Go. What?
it looks like Punisher fucked the dude whose face he messed up in the series,
Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
can't
talking
remember.
about
Is it
white.
23? The Red X is 23, maybe? I sold
Hey.
one, but I've forgotten.
I'm surprised that you don't have one.
I had two. I sold one.
Okay.
I took $90 for it and was happy. I kept the other because I've got a full run of all the Teen Titans Go type stuff.
Yeah, that
I
book
almost
right
thought this
there.
was your listing.
You what?
I thought this was your listing. It was back in October 26th, when it was in Cedar Falls, Iowa. For
No,
90.
mine. You could find mine if you really look, but yeah.
I want one of these now, really bad.
Well, you'll see. It'll
Can't be
fade.
that hard to find, dude.
They are hard to find.
They're hard to find because it's a theory of it's hard to find because nobody was looking for it. It's
Yeah.
not that they don't exist, though. What I do find is you don't find a ton of kids' books in the back bins because they'll leave kids' books on the shelf till they sell.
Yeah, that's completely true.
Because you know they don't. Kids don't care if it's the new issue because a lot of times you go to the kids section, they've got the last 6 issues.
Oh, you know
on
what?
there.
I didn't realize that it was from 2005. So yeah, that might be hard to find.
And I wonder if
I
there's.
thought it was a newer series.
You think there's newsstands of it?
No, I know there's not.
Uh,
No, I know it.
I believe it. I believe it.
Teen Titans Go had newsstands at the first couple issues, and then again at the end, but not in the middle.
Don't you own original art from that?
Not that book.
Oh, you own original Red X. You own OA of Red X.
No, not at Red X.
No.
I've got some Teen Titans Go original art.
Damn.
Fuck, I wish I owned that book.
Yeah.
I don't even see it much. Dino sent me a link right before COVID, and I never got the piece because the shop shut down of some Teen Titans Go art, and I've got a cover, but not that cover.
Hey, man. Hey, don't be trying to tell me. I hook people up with.
No, you tried. The shop fucked up.
Speaking of hooking people up, I hit Ben C up with a Grateful Dead Nike shoes, and he ended up buying them.
Nice.
Oh, dude, I saw those fucking things. They're ugly as shit.
Hey, he said he had to have them, dude. I was
Oh,
like,
I don't blame them. Like, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like, yeah, if they do Nike does Skeletor, you know I'm in.
yes.
Hopefully they're not completely purple.
Yeah, I might
Shout
need
out
to get
to-
that book. Damn.
Yeah. Shout out to the mighty Mrs. Mel V, who is a sneaker collector in her own right. She schooled us on some of those sneaker collecting.
Wait, she got the hustle?
She's got the hustle, man.
Nice.
I thought-
She's
I thought Mel was the only one in the family.
no, she's really big into collecting sneakers, like really big.
Oh, man.
She's got a sneaker plug and everything, man.
Wait,
Man.
we thought Mel was the sick one, man. Sneaker people are like
Yeah,
devious.
another level.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, dude.
And she wears hers.
Mel wears Velcro.
I used to wear Velcro in the early 2000s just because I thought it was easy. You know what I mean? I was like, oh man, I don't want to tie my shoes. You don't tie your shoes anyways half the time. You just slip them on.
I just slip them on. But
Yeah.
I feel like Velcro's harder. Because
Yeah.
you have to unvelcro them. I slide my shoe. Almost all my shoes, I just slide on.
Did you guys?
The only thing I got to tie up is like some boots or something like that.
Did you guys see the Miles Adidas shoes yet?
From a while
Wait, these
ago,
are
or they
Adidas
new?
shoes now?
These are new.
No.
I still want
Yeah.
the frickin' ones from the movie, the
The
Jordan
Nike
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
Well,
those
that's-
are badass.
That's what we were talking about with Mel's wife. Is the Jordans, but here's the new Adidas.
Oh damn!
And if you look, they have on the
full
back.
Superstar shell toe.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah, those are dope.
And then the back has a little spider web.
And you know what's funny? Most
I
Adidas,
would buy those regardless. Sorry,
yeah, no, it's okay. Most Adidas don't sell out though. Like the Boba Fett's and all the crazy shit like Adidas drops, they don't really sell out. Like they had the Joker ones that came out. Nobody's. I mean, it's weird. Like Nike sell out Adidas. I bet you can cop those on day one and won't have even you.
Yeah, do you see the Han Solos, right?
Yeah, Han
They're
Solos,
Adidas, right? Those are pretty fucking sweet. I didn't buy any, but they're pretty fucking sweet.
No,
These are dope. These are Jordans, right?
yeah, those are the Jordans. Yeah,
Those are so badass, dude.
Yeah, with the
you
blue
can get
sole.
they're not expensive. I mean, they're expensive, but I mean, you can get them for what, like 400, I think.
Yeah. They're just hard to find in certain sizes. Yeah.
Z, if you really want them, just go to StockX, dude. They have a bunch of them, dude.
If you really
Alright.
want them.
Yeah,
I got the silver and black those, which I know nobody else cares about, but I got the silver and black those on their Nike sale from their own site for like no bullshit, like $65.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they look so nice in the box that I've just left them in the box. And I honestly with shoes I don't really do that. Like I'll buy what I want, and then I generally wear them. And don't be wrong, I would buy stuff to flip, but I'm just saying I normally wear the shoes that I buy. And I have a lot of shoes. And so those I was just they're so pristine, they're tied up so they're so nice in there, and I was just can't do it, man. They haven't had special enough of occasions. It's been COVID, dude. I ain't gone anywhere, dude. You know what I mean? I've been to Vegas a couple times.
Kicks, dude. This kid's a beast, man.
You got to save it for the right game.
Yeah.
You need the mojo.
The right. Oh yeah, when I can go to a game.
Yeah.
When I can go to a game. Dude, the Raiders are good. Play 2 hours for me, and I can't go to games. It's fucking terrible.
Hey, or you can be like a Lions fan and just don't want to go at all because they're fucking terrible. I mean,
yeah.
Michigan gets
I've been going all these years. We've sucked. So, and I'm still not holding my breath. I know what happens.
Hey,
Don't
how's Josh
get too
Jacobs
excited.
playing?
Josh Jacobs is balling out of control.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team.
100 and something, 2 touchdowns on Sunday.
I think
he gave me 23 points on fantasy football.
Yeah,
10K on my 1 of 1.
Oh, you got that 101 I forgot about.
Oh yeah,
10K. Come on.
He sucks. I'll give you 1,000.
It's not only is it the 1 of 1, it's the black 1 of 1.
The black, yeah.
The Raider black
yeah.
1 of 1.
That's a nice card.
I sent Brian like 10 boxes of Bowman. Hopefully he gets them in the mail soon.
I'm so excited for cards right now because December we should start seeing Prism football in stores in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, sweet, dude. Oh, you know what sucks? The Prism last year, I was so busy looking for basketball that I left I
Same
can't.
with me.
I mean, I literally left it from I don't know, September, October through December. I left it. Almost every single store had some.
Yep.
And I left it. And
look at what they're selling for now. It's ridiculous.
And I opened all my freaking NBA.
I'm gonna open all mine too, man.
I opened all the NBA.
I want to have fun with it, man. I don't.
When blasters were 50 and selling for 58, I'm gonna open it, and now they're like $800.
Yeah.
not blasters, mega box.
Yeah.
I'm grown. They're the greatest.
I
Yeah.
haven't found any cards in a while.
Neither have I.
Me neither.
But I'm gonna start looking
find them
again.
anywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking again. And listen, I got to shout out Dino and shout out Closet Geek. And a viewer hooked me up fat. He sent me boxes. He sent me up a couple boxes at cost, which was nice. So, yeah, save those fuckers. They know what you're thinking.
Well, speaking of Miles, man, how about the PS5 shit?
I love it.
I guess I'll talk about this. This is my backyard.
Good, I'm gonna go medicate. I'll be right back.
Okay. So PS5, obviously PS5 dropped. Miles Morales dropped before the PS5. The special edition is the red and black one. That's just crazy. It's going for what, 1,300 now? Like 1,300 roughly, probably.
PS. I think so.
I saw the game was trying to go for like 120 on eBay. I just laughed. I was like, okay. But PS5, so it's basic economics now. There's not enough supply for the demand, and people are trying to charge a $400 a console for $1,200 now. And there's just the white one. That's not even the Miles Morales one. It's just the white one. So
yeah.
it's definitely crazy. So my wife was looking for one for Christmas for me. I said, I'm good. I don't have time to play.
Don't spend money for it. We'll wait till New Year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell my newest one to somebody is gonna spoil their kid.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing too,
they have money.
Not me.
And the games don't have the games aren't even out. I mean, there's not that many games out. I mean, you got Miles Morales, but I mean, it's not like there's a multitude of games to really play for yet. I mean, it's gonna be other port overs from PS4 to 5, or
Yeah, and the average person will be done with Miles in a couple days.
Yeah, and honestly, it's graphically more intense. But I played the Spider-Man for PS4, and it's just the same thing. It's just slinging around. It's not like it's like some innovative new shit that's really popping off. I mean, the first Spider-Man game was just, I hate to say it, like everybody's gonna shit on me for this, but it was like 60% cutscenes at the end of the day. I mean, it wasn't even like it was okay, I guess, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. So not total gamer, but
that Miles
anything.
That Miles set is fucking badass though.
Yeah,
it is dope, man. I mean, I can get a picture of it so people can see what it actually looks like. Yeah. I mean, I would have bought it if I guess I would have thought about it more. I was like, do I spend that money? And like, it's like, do you, but it's dope. I mean, it's red and black, and
I don't even fucking play the games my kids play. I'm like, I wouldn't spend money on any of it. So
yeah,
I can't even get a PlayStation 5 because I have to have 3 gaming systems right now for 3 different kids. So I get a PlayStation 5. I've just ruined harmony in my house.
There you go.
So this is it. I mean, it's definitely dope. It's
Oh wow.
Oh, that is dope. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't blame people for buying that. It just comes with the one controller, or
yeah. So that's the other thing I've seen that the controllers, people in affluent areas. Ooh, that's a good word. I wish Nico was here. Affluent areas of a society. They're ripping the controllers out of the box, and they don't have them plasticed up, and they're just taking them because they're like $60 or $50 for a controller.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Some guy said this was the biggest rat chew. It had a hole in the bottom corner. It looked like, the size of the controller, like rat chew, I guess. It's like somebody ripped it off and fucking pocketed it and bounced.
Oh shit. We lost Brian, so we'll save that Mandalorian talk for him.
Okay.
He's into that more than we are.
I only saw the first 2, but
I have to.
I'll see the other one. To be honest, I'll probably watch the other one tonight. So yeah. If somebody wants to talk about that, it's okay. It's not the final episode or anything.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil a lot. It's not spoiled.
Funny. It's funny having a kid. It's like I used to watch Mandalorian on Fridays. Now it's like, when can I watch it with a newborn and try to get it? Try to get in, try to actually understand it without getting woken up or 6 times. So.
Actually, hold on. I gotta grab an image because I didn't pull it in. But
you want to roll in a market report?
Well, I was gonna pull up that 227 book, but I didn't realize he didn't pull that in. Do you have that? You have it on here. You can pull it up.
Yeah, I'll just pull it up on my screen because I just sent it to him.
So we're gonna give you a buyer beware alert. Not that anybody's buying, except maybe Doc Joe might be looking at this book. But my brother Ozzy pointed something out to me that I wasn't even thinking about because he's like, dude, this book looks amazing. But it's a Batman 227, and my brother is OCD about looking for it because he had a couple books that got just thrashed. But back in summer of 2016, CGC did that new case with no inner well, and it was just 2 pieces of Mylar pushing books together and holding them there. It looked beautiful in the display, but in practicality, it was causing a lot of what would you call it? Ripples.
Yeah, there were somehow waves in it, which was almost it was very difficult to understand how the waves were. Now, I'll just say the first view of this book, and I haven't looked at anything other than this picture you shown. I don't see it here.
They don't give any good pictures of it, and that
I wouldn't either.
Makes me hesitant too.
Yeah, So that's rough. And here's the other thing that this would mess me up. You'd see wherever that seller is. they push them in there pretty tight, but CGC books in regular cases can get damaged in shipping. I can't. If this thing took a mega hit,
no way.
On the side of that box, and it just happened to be the perfect angle where the spine was going down or forward, whatever you want to say. That page can shift, rip or wrinkle the page, and slide in that case. I've had this in this case. I've had books that ended up in like the top left or right corner because this was out for a couple months before they realized what they were doing. Like I remember Scott Reagan on site in Philadelphia because they almost came out when Philly was doing on site, and so he
show the edge.
The top edge. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just showing the edge because if you look at this case, you just don't see any lines. And that's the telltale sign.
You can't. Yeah, it's clearly what'd you call it, Franken case?
Yeah, the Franken case.
I'm glad you guys are talking about this because I have no clue about this. I don't remember hearing about this. It just
look at the bottom too. Like
I did some research, and the dates it was used were April 4th, 2016 through 6/24/2016. I got looking because of my brother in this book. And I didn't see the lines, and I'm like, sometimes you get a bad angle, but there's 3 pictures. I couldn't see anything.
It's not there.
And this one was slabbed when I checked the CGC number 6916 right in the middle of it. So this was definitely one of those books. And normally what you'd see, and it's tough to see unless you do a top angle, is a lot of the books pressed towards the center, and you'll get a ripple in kind of the middle of the book.
Yep.
Well, and I thought it was this, but it's probably just a lighting.
I mean, I can't see anything wrong with this one, and I'm not saying there is, but just if you're buying it, man, you're playing a gamble that something doesn't go wrong.
I don't know if this happened.
That could be there
in the book, or it slid down. I don't know.
But I had a Crow 1 that was in one of these cases, and I didn't realize it for a while because I had bought it secondhand. I hadn't even thought about it. I just looked at it, put it in a case, moved away, and like 6 months later, when I looked at it, it was starting to crimp. Luckily, they replaced it and pressed it for me, and it was fine. But
can you? Okay, so what do we need to look for? I
just looked at the Franken case. Kind of what John was saying. There's no lines. There's no look at any other CGC book besides this one, and you can't see my mouse, but basically it's fit into the middle of the book.
Yeah, we can see your mouse. Yeah,
no, that's me. That's my mouse.
Okay.
So you can see. Oh yeah, so just on the edges, you the square around the thing. Yeah,
there'll be the inner well is.
There's an inner well.
This is just look that they've dropped.
There's no inner well. Okay.
Yeah, there's an inner well in every book, and it's okay. So when you crack a case open, you bust it open, and then you pull there's a sleeve inside of it.
Yeah.
And you actually and you got to get sharp scissors. Be careful because it's very tight in there. So you got to crack the sides of the case, get it open, literally pry it open, and then you slide. Yeah, there you go. And then you slide that is plastic right there. That's an inner plastic piece that goes inside there. And they said
you can kind of see a fine line.
I actually think they knew that they were gonna try to get away without that because their cost probably goes up that probably costs them $1 a slab or something. Yeah. It's pretty thick plastic and it's a different process. It could cost even more than that. I can't tell you.
You got to be very careful because either you take scissors and cut it across, or I wouldn't take an X-Acto knife because it just.
No, it's scissors, sharp ass scissors, dude.
I tried an X-Acto knife once and I about sweat through 3 shirts.
Dude, just get sharp scissors, man. If you don't have sharp scissors, don't because it's just so much easier to direct scissors on this, and they cut it just fine. X-Acto knife, I wouldn't touch that with an X-Acto knife.
So, anybody that's been in comics for less than about 4 years has no idea we're talking about.
They don't know this happened.
And in the background,
Brian, you just forgot.
Background. Yeah, we need to use background.
Brian remembers in some state, but not this state.
Yeah.
It depends on which one of these I'm using. So
yeah, there you
go. Listen, I know I have a couple books that I looked at before and went, where the fuck is the inner well on this?
Yeah, look at it. If you kind of hold it at that top edge and look, not all of them, but if they were in there not quite perfect, they start to just kind of ripple up in the middle.
Yeah, no, and I have ones that I sent like that. I got
Let's see if I can do it on there.
I got my first.
I'm like leg now. I got like a box of this one shakes. It's good times.
Really?
Let's see what we got here. So you see it like it's got like this little plastic.
Yeah, you can see it. Yep.
Yeah, but if you look at the edges and hold it up, that's when you can kind of see the rippling from like the top edge.
Not on these.
I mean, you won't see it on these books, of course.
No. Yeah, it was real weird. And then the same thing is I got actually at that time I got my first DC Comics Presents 47 in 98, newsstand 98. And because even back then I was going for the news, I'm like, I'll eventually get a fucking direct one. I can find those all day. So at the newsstand. And I got it, and then that's when all the shit started coming out because that was the first of the new cases. So I thought it was cool that it was in a new case, and that's when the news started dropping. And I'm like, well, fuck, I've got this Grail book, you know. And I wanted to auction. It was a decent price back then. It was $5.50 or something, and I think they're more like $8 or $9 now. And then so I'm like, all right, here we go. And then I'm like looking at this thing. I'm like, oh, this thing looks fucked up, man. And then so I hit up. I still wanted the book. Like I didn't want to try to get my money back, all that shit, because CGC was doing free replacements. So basically, I just sent it to CGC and they redid it for me with another order and sent it back with that, so I didn't have any problems. And that like it looks the same. There's no damage.
That now.
No, I would. I don't know. I don't know the answer to tell you the truth.
Unless you're a great
customer, they got a lot of them, dude. I don't see those cases on there very often.
No, they were only 3 months.
So I looked at the back of that book you showed, John, and I wouldn't fucking buy that book.
So this is aren't they dated for when they get slapped? So you can check the CGC verification, and you can see the grade date
6/9/16. So like I said, it's pretty much April 4th to 6/27, I believe.
Yeah, and I know they were just like, hey, let's see if we can save money and see how this goes, and it just went terribly. They're like, all right, plan B that costs us more money. 100% that's what they did. There's no way that they could have had a backup plan with those inner well designed with that to be able to redo books. There's no fucking way. They did that shit on purpose, man. They were just trying to cut corners.
Remember there was an Action 1 in that case for a minute?
I mean, that rings a bell.
Like the first book, they showed an image that was an Action 1, and like I remember seeing images of that book being
for sure.
Crunched. I'm hoping it didn't fuck it up, but man, that would make you want to cry.
And that was with CGC, wasn't it? With the rings and everything too. Wasn't that the rings were right before that or after that? Right.
That's still stuck with this new case. It just has a little more potential to do it. I don't know why.
Yeah,
it's probably because it's so fucking clear.
I don't even care.
Yeah,
I don't.
To be honest with you, like it's just I don't pay. People ask me like, does that have Newton rings and does it like this and is the case perfect? And I'm like, man, look at the picture. I'm not taking it back out of the box. Like that's just like you're already so picky that you're already picky about the fucking case. And I show you pictures of it. Like I'm honestly like I probably don't want to deal with you.
You know what? I'm
send it back.
I'm having that type of issue with eBay listings. Like I'm starting to do eBay listings. I'm doing the thing where I make a bunch of them but I don't make them active until like I can do the end on this day and have so many days. But one of the things that I'm getting at is do you just get to a point with eBay listings where you just take good pictures and when it comes to condition, you just say see pics.
Oh, I'm with Sean. I never list a grade. Never.
I never put it, dude. When a book's like, if a book's like flawless, I might put like or I'll write high grade.
Yeah.
Other than that, nah, dude. You know what? Because there's a market for everybody, man.
Well, I
don't hide anything. I don't hide anything. I don't take like a front picture from laying on my fucking mattress and a back picture laying on a pillow. Right? No, I usually put 8 to 12 pictures of something on there. And if I just take like a if it's a new book and like I don't zoom in on every corner because it's more the spine of what you're looking for. Like you don't need to zoom in that much on a corner unless there's damage. Like if the corner's sharp or not sharp, but the spine you need to see what ripples. The sides of the comic don't really. They can, and you'd be a dick if you don't take a picture of the damage. And I don't like to hide anything, but I'm not gonna. I've had, I had something as like I think I said like 9.2 one time, and the guy was like, my customer they wouldn't even take this because it had a spine tick. And he said it can't be near mint with the spine tick. And I'm like, I said it was 9.2, which is near mint minus. And yes, you sure as shit can. It's actually probably 9.6.
Oh, that's
it's obvious. It's quite possibly 9.8. To be honest with you, you fucking dick. And that was my first. One of the only 2 negative feedbacks I've got selling on eBay for fucking 10 years.
I mean, you can undergrade a couple grades, and you're still gonna get people like fucking nitpicking you, and it's not worth it in my book. I'm like, I'll take the pick and just send it.
Well,
back in the day, me and Sean used to do this all the time. It's like we used to undergrade all the time. And I mean, you always have stuff.
But you still get that asshole that's like, you said this, and I argue with you.
If the people you get a 9.6, CGC 9.6 are like, what do you think keeps this from being a 9.8? Do you think if I press this, I'm ignoring you. It's already been fucking graded, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, it's already graded. I don't know. Look at it. Well, I mean, I would like to say you never know what they're gonna fucking give you. You get just hammered sometimes. So I pressed for somebody and recently they got hammered and like worse than I've seen almost anyone get hammered. And I'm going like there's unbelievable like modern 8.0s that I'm like, yeah, you got 9.8 probably tap in. Like if they screw you, you get a 9.6. Like 8.0s and 8. And I'm all what? Like the whole order. I felt terrible. Like I did something. There's no way CGC didn't screw that order up, dude. Mm-hmm. Like I don't press a modern Marvel and be like, that's probably 9.8 and it's an 8.0. Like that doesn't. They dropped it, dude. Yeah. Like there's no fucking way they dropped his whole box. Right? And it was the way I shipped everything. Everything was fucking fine.
Yeah, I had that A1 art germ. It was a 9.8 layup, dude, and it came back 9.4 because they dropped it on a fucking corner.
100%.
Well, you can't doubt the post office nor CGC. We've seen CGC at conventions. They are not exactly cautious.
They pile your books up face down in a freaking sideways long box.
And I'm
more confident mailing the goddamn book. I don't know how they do it in their office, but it seems to work out better than when I don't let them. I'm gonna let my book set like that. You know how easy it is to ruin a book when it sets compressed like that? They just ship it back anyway. You might as well ship it yourself. People are like, I only want to hand deliver it at a show. I'm like, pay for the fucking insurance and mail it.
Unless they're on-site grading, don't bother.
Yeah. Oh yeah, on-site, yeah. Don't bother. I used to only do that, but I prefer to ship it myself because they, especially on the West Coast shows, they ship that shit back. They don't fucking drive it back.
No, it's in a plane. It gets beat up. Fuck it. Yeah. All right, Brian. Did you want to talk about Bo-Katan?
Yeah.
Don't get too.
I'm not going to get too. Listen, I'm not super deep fan theory crafting Star Wars guy. Like I'm not that. I don't have time to do that. So that's why we have the dark side. Like Marco and the guys over there in Solo Wookiee and Leaky Trooper, they do a good job at getting really deep into the fan theories. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that watches Mandalorian and watches it like a kid in a candy store because it made me love Star Wars again. Like Star Wars was outski for me. I didn't even want to talk about it. It was like Game of Thrones. I don't even want to talk about it because it's going to piss me off. You know what I mean?
I do want to do a little promo. They are doing Mandalorian reviews after every episode. So go over to, I guess, our channel and then hit up the dark side and you can see Mandalorian reviews and the breakdown of every review or every episode on their on the channel. So
yeah, and they're doing really good jobs.
Who's doing that? Sorry that I haven't watched.
This is a show on our channel called Tales from the Dark Side. They do Star Wars fan theory and stuff, and it's a guy and one of our buddies. You know him.
Is Morello on there?
Morello was on there he's on there. He just hasn't had. He's been dealing with some other stuff lately. So but yeah, of course Morello's on there.
Like Renner shows up, Pete Renner shows up sometimes, and Leaky Trooper and Marco and the boy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say hard to do that without Mike.
Yeah. So they do a really good job, but I'm the guy that's watching it just like fuck yeah. I'm stoked. All Star Wars is I consider Star Wars like all one thing. And when people go, "What's your favorite movie?" It's like Star Wars. Like there's no doubt in my mind that it'll always be Star Wars. And they ruined it with the sequels. They 7, 8, and 9 were fucking dog shit. And it took Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to revive that franchise for me, and they're fucking killing it. And the way that they're using like Akira Kurosawa tones and flashbacks and you know, spaghetti western type shit, and you know, they're getting really cool, and it's also really easy for people to love. And here's one of the most crazy things about Mandalorian. I'm the guy that hates the Ewoks because they're too cute. You know what I mean? I quit going to school because I hate recess. You know what I mean? Like, I don't play games. You know what I mean? So, I fucking they're too cute, right? And same with the stupid Gungans, too cute. They're all too cute, right? So, but here's the thing: that fucking baby Yoda, dude, that baby Yoda, killing it. Like, it's a perfect amount of cute, funny, cool,
and disturbing.
And that frog lady bullshit kind of pissed me off because she was more a gecko. Terrible. Yeah, she was more a gecko than a frog.
Yeah.
So, also, do you see how they're trying to cancel him for eating their babies?
Yeah.
They're like saying it shouldn't be on the show because they don't know what motherfuckers have been through. It's like, hey, dude, they don't. Not everybody eats all the embryos at Planned Parenthood.
Pussification of America, man. Anyways,
dude, and Baby Yoda, like, it's funny because now I have a kid who's a baby, and it's like now it just sinks in more, and it's like, yep, baby's gonna go do that, and baby's gonna do that. It's eye opening now. I'm like, oh, he's cute. Now I'm like, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna go.
Do you think somebody like got this all set off as they walked up to Matt Favreau and told the baby your money and you don't even know it? Like, and he was just like, all right, man, fuck it, I'm doing Star Wars, dude.
Let's do it.
Do it. Just curious.
You know what my favorite Jon Favreau role ever is? Merch from fucking PCU, man.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
If you guys listen, if the audience has not seen PCU, do yourself a favor and go watch that movie tonight. The best Jeremy Piven role ever, the best Jon Favreau role ever. Anyway,
I don't know if it's better than Ari, but it's pretty great.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
I didn't watch Entourage, so I need to get into that.
They should just do the Ari cuts from Entourage. Like, you should
all
get
right,
like
so what are we doing with Bo-Katan?
So this episode of Mandalorian, they basically gave everybody what they wanted. All the fans that have been geeking out about Ahsoka, right? They dropped the fucking Ahsoka bomb. They said, basically, we need to go find Ahsoka. And that's where they're going. And they basically did it by introducing another fan favorite, the Bo-Katan character, which is another bounty hunter, another Mandalorian bounty hunter. And one of the most important things that they dropped in this episode is when Bo-Katan, when they took off their masks, and the Mandalorian was like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, oh, you're a child of the Watch. You know what I mean? They're talking about the Death Watch. And this just made fanboys go crazy because if you know about the Death Watch, like, you know, you're part of that Star Wars fan theory group, and people are geeking out. You know, listen, this is... The Mandalorian lore is some of the coolest shit in Star Wars. And that's exactly... Yes. It's Dave Filoni, right? Dave Filoni, the ultimate fanboy that's now in charge of shit. And so he's just dropping fanboy nuggets, man. He's pushing it out, dude. Like it's dope, and we're just like, give us more, and that's what happened. So anyways, Bo-Katan comes on. That is the chick from what was that show? She Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica. She was on. She did a character on Picard too.
Yeah, and so what's her name?
Katie Stackhouse.
Katie
Sackhoff. Katie Sackhoff.
Katie Sackhoff. Katie Jackoff.
Yeah, maybe.
Jack off with your sack off?
Yeah. That sounds like a Garbage Pail Kid.
It could be.
All right, so she plays this character, and that had a bunch of fanboys doing shit. Listen, I'm a Star Wars guy. Everything else is for nerds, in my opinion. You know, Star Trek's for nerds. Battlestar Galactica's for nerds. I'm a Star Wars guy, but I get it. They all went deep on the Katie Sackhoff character. But the cool thing was that they had that wrestling chick, that Sasha Banks chick.
Oh, yeah.
Be one of,
Banks.
yeah, and she was badass, man. She's really badass in this. and it was cool, man. It was a really good episode. And anyway, so Bo-Katan is, if for those of you guys that don't know, Bo-Katan is the former wielder of the Darksaber, and she needs to get it back. So that's kind of like her thing. She's going to need to get the Darksaber back and all that. So now we know that basically at the end of the episode, she basically tells the Mando, you need to go search Ahsoka Tano on so-and-so planet where she's hiding out. And now we have to decide, are we going to get Ahsoka in the next 5 episodes with Boba Fett too? Because they teased Boba Fett, right? A lot of people, I watched Emergency Awesome with Daniel Rickman, and Daniel Rickman dropped this theory that now what we're going to see for the next 5 episodes is Mando is gonna Boba Fett is gonna steal the child because he wants to get the bounty on it, and he wants his armor back. And it's gonna be Mando having to get the help of Ahsoka Tano to get the child back. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but if that does happen, that's cool as shit. It'll be interesting to see what happens with spec books once Ahsoka Tano shows up. If you think that those prices are high right now, it's ridiculous.
Well, you want to go to the market report then?
I think we should, brother. I think we should.
I wasn't going to start with this one, but I will.
All right.
Clone Wars #1, standard cover, just under $2,000.
Crazy.
New high price. It's sitting at $2,000 for a book that I sold 12 months ago for like $60. You know,
they got pressed
not 9.8, but near mint.
They got pressed like 10 9.8 to that already.
Oh, yeah, probably all from the same guy.
Mostly.
I don't even have any data to say. It keeps fucking going up. I can't even argue at this point. I don't know.
Watch it go nuclear when she throws it on there. It's gonna be like $3,000. I bet you nuclear.
Wait till we get a new stimulus.
I just say don't buy it at $3,000, guys. Whoever you are, don't buy it at $3,000 because you will not be happy in 6 months.
Just buy it at $3,000. Make the market wonderful. Waste all your money on comics, please.
I'm just saying, to our dedicated watchers, don't be that guy. Be the guy that buys at $2 and sells at $3. Be the guy that bought it at $900 and sell it at $3. But whatever. I don't have anything to add to this book. I'm just amazed.
I don't own one, and I'm pissed.
Amazed. My brother sold a beat up newsstand for like $300, and I'm like, that's a great price. And a few months later, I'm like, I don't know if it was or not. Shit.
Oh man, yeah.
It was beat up though. It was beat.
That happens.
So, who knows? I'm going to jump around a bit today, but this book's one Nico and I have kind of talked about a few times. Fantastic Four 110 Error variant, the Green Error.
It's pretty rare.
We actually talked about it 2 weeks ago because one sold off MCS. It was $175 off MCS. This is a good, very good. I did a quick look at this one. This one's probably closer to a 5, maybe a 6, but it sold pretty quickly for $500. Not a ton of sales. There was a CGC 6.5 graded for $465 last year. I don't think it's an ungodly rare book, but it's not common.
And shout out to Frank Gogol, who's the biggest Fantastic Four fan, who was talking about this book when we brought it up.
Does he have one?
Yeah.
He has a whole run of Fantastic Four from all the way from 1 to. Yeah.
Never forget the day I passed up a #1 for $1,000.
Don't talk about that shit.
I passed one up. Me and Scotty were at the show.
Stan Lee signed.
Stan Lee signed it. Indy, it was falling apart, dude. The guy wanted, what do you want, Z? 1,000?
Should have taken it.
And I said, dude, it's. Ugh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've had a lot of wins. I can't
Don't
dwell
think
on my
about
losses.
man. Don't think the losses. All right, I'm going to jump to the old books for a minute. We've been talking Joker covers between now and the Vintage Voyage. Ben and I did a Vintage Voyage and talked some undervalued books, talked about a Joker book. So it kind of got me digging. I watched a couple sell. This is Batman 44 with a Joker cover. Batman 11 is freaking nuclear. There's a couple other Joker covers that are nuclear. This one is one I think is kind of floating a tad under the radar. Not under the radar, but just not as high as it could be. I talked about Batman 23 the other day, but this one, several sales for $1 to $1.8 between $300 and $400. A 5.0 sold this year for $2K, a 3.0 for $900. The census on this book, only 136 graded, 2.90s at the top for $8.45 for a 2.5 is a pretty solid price. And it's a solid Joker cover. I mean, I think Batman can't get a whole lot popular, but I think Joker will, as these guys that have been cosplaying as Joker in their 20s get money and want to buy these books. So that's my thought pattern on this. Batman 49 is another one that pops up, first 50 Batman. Last 7.5 that sold was 2 years ago. It sold for $6,300. So this is actually a discount on that. There was a 6.5 for $3,600 this year, and a 5.0 for a little over $2,000. 206 in the census, but 496s. God knows how that happens on that book, man.
What in the fuck?
Right? Yeah, that stuff blows my mind.
There's no way to know if they're pedigree. They have to be.
Yeah, but they don't tell you pedigrees very well.
Yeah, I know they don't. Right? Yeah, same as like now they didn't know. They never did the difference between that.
I would have to assume a couple of those are pedigrees. I mean, there's got to be a mile high.
Just for reference,
a couple others.
Yeah,
so
reference on this book at 8.5 right now is listing on eBay for $13,200.
Yeah,
and that doesn't even seem bad to me. That seems better to deal than a lot of things going on, to be honest with you.
No, this was just in my mind a little bit of a discount when it sells for less than 2 years ago on a Joker cover. Is it the best Joker cover? No, but it is a Joker cover.
No, but yeah.
In Batman under 50. One more Batman book for you.
Oh boy,
Batman, Mr. Freeze 121.
I
high 7.0.
That seems like a good price.
I don't think.
Am I crazy? Am I crazy? That seems like a fucking good price.
I like this book.
I don't report the news that it's a good or a bad price. So high low this year. Low price is $14.13. This is $14.15. High price is $5,000. So you're right. I think it's not a bad fucking price.
Yeah, if there's something to sit on. I mean, first Batman characters, and like you're totally completely right about the Joker covers.
Yeah, right.
Like there's no way not to. It's hard to focus on stuff like that because it comes up so rarely.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
When's the last time you saw a Batman 121 above a 4?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think mine's a 2.5 or some 3.5. I don't even remember what grade it is, but I don't care. It's just sitting in the closet.
I had a 1.5. I sold it to Ozzy.
That one's in the safe, actually. Sorry.
I mean, mine.
The safe.
You guys remember? You guys were there. Remember that old dude came up to me at Indie Dude and was like, "Yo, I'll give you double GPA." I'm like, It's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, you can't not sell it, but I don't know if you lost on that one.
No, I didn't. I don't think, but whatever.
If you want to hear some more Gold, Silver Age, and some Bronze Age talk, check out Vintage Voyage. And I'm going to throw a shout out to our friends at Comic Barricade. Best way to protect your books. They just came out with the XL. Use the promo code Flipside to get 10% off. But these will fit both the magazine-sized books, which a lot of the Golden Age things need, as well as your slab containers. So check out comicbarricade.com.
And they did a card one.
They've got the card stopper as well.
Oh, yeah. They did. Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to get one of those yet, so I probably do need one. Let's see. Do I got any more old books to hit before we get the newer stuff? Yeah, I want to talk about this shit show of a sale. This is one Nico happened to catch. A giant size X-Men 1 listed as a locker find. Like, this thing is beat to fuck. I mean, I don't think it's a rag, but it ain't nice. And
they compress all that stuff out.
Yeah.
Now, listen. One thing
that book is that fucking thing is not easy to press. You got to be really careful with that glue and the square bound, fixing all that, dude. Like Like that doesn't get all out. CGC does take that into account at least. If that's how the books are printed.
That's the book that I have undergraded the most times ever.
Yeah,
I never grade it right, and I should just assume it's going to be 2 grades higher than I think. But that basically sold.
Sean's got one of those right now, I think, from me, and he's about to get another one. So hopefully you can press it well.
I've told you I'm thinking about buying a Grail book after selling a bunch of my other books. I'm between a very good range AF-15 or a 9.8 GSX one, and I don't know which is the better purchase. So
I'm glad you guys are talking about this, and I'm glad we got Sean on because I have one that I'm contemplating sending your way, but I don't know if I should send it in because it's got. Have you ever seen when the books have those like they look like holes on the bottom of the cover?
Oh, they don't. They won't hurt you that bad.
Those won't hurt me.
Those are gripper marks.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't bang you as hard on those.
That's just part of the printing process. I mean, you won't get a 9.8, but you'll.
Yeah. But no, and that book can be it just has to be delicately.
Yeah,
I mean,
that whole like
how much,
don't send that shit to a rookie, man. You will regret it.
I don't send my shit to a rookie. Trust me.
How much heat can you? Think about it. Like heat versus old glue. Okay, it's just it's a fine process, and like where the staples are on or not the staples, but like I don't know, just saying. Yeah. The way you have to it does have staples and they're usually pushed halfway through on the front. And so to be honest, those make it a little easier than the glue only books. But it is what it is, man. But they can definitely be pressed. But like I think CGC, they take it into account. So a 9.8 in that book is that's extraordinarily. That's a crazy grade for that. Like if I was getting a 9.8 in that book, I would definitely inspect and then wait for the right 9.8 because we all know there's gift grades and shit like that. Yeah. We all know who the big boys are that happen to get a little more 9.8s than other people, and so I'd sort of pay attention to that. Like I did buy a raw one. I got a 9.2, and I think the grade's accurate, and I haven't this book. When I was moving, I did list it at a high price. It didn't sell, and I wasn't upset about it. So I only had it listed for about a month, and then our other house sold, and I didn't have to fucking sell the good shit. So we didn't have to have 2 houses at once.
This book hurts my heart. I had a 9.0, which was one of the first big books I ever scored. I bought it raw. Yeah. I traded it for a Crime Suspense 22.45. And I traded it for less than the value of this book in 5.0 right now. A decent amount less, which was market at the time. It's the only time I've lost trading fucking bronze for fucking gold keys.
Here's a question. Since you're thinking about buying a 9.8, right? Do you buy...
It depends if I can save enough money before they jump again.
What I'm saying, do you buy a 9.6? Like there's a CBCS 9.6, right? At like $9,000, right? Roughly. Do you take the CBCS to take the gamble and try to flip it to CGC 9.8 maybe?
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
And you'd
have to see. You'd have to see what the drop would be from also to 9.4 or 9.2.
Yeah, that's a
what I mean. Like because you're going to get the CBCS discount.
Yeah, $2,000.
I mean, I wouldn't put stock in CBC and CGC, given them not one of the big guys, a fucking 9.8 in this book. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
great grading raw, and I said like literally somebody had it in their closet for this entire time, somehow protected perfectly from light and moisture and any other thing, and it just is like holy shit, are you kidding me kind of thing. Yeah, like when they just can't deny it anymore. Like that's
they aren't gifting these 9.8s.
No, they're not. Yeah.
Speaking of CBCS books, for those of you that have been watching the show a while, I have one of the worst fucking horror stories of a CBCS auction going wrong. Selling a land variant that I auctioned off, ended up getting $1,500 and change for, and the next sale for a CGC 9.8 was like $3,500. Someone in the audience is fucking crying. They auctioned off a CBCS 9.8 Captain Marvel back in print. We all didn't see it, or we would have probably paid for it.
I buy that.
I'd have gambled on it. Half fucking market. I mean, I hope this is not our audience, because if so, your heart is ripped out. I know.
I remember when this book was $350 back in the day.
I remember it was less.
Oh yeah.
I sold I traded a 9.8. I had 2 of those 9.8s. Sold both of them. One of them I traded. Okay, I sold one. I traded the other for 2 Wolverine 310 variants. But the price on that fluctuates, and it's like one of my mega PC books. I sold the sketch. The sketch only got a 9.2, but I did get a 9.8 on the color, which is just way not listed for sale in the happy place. And so I'm not upset because I'm so happy about like it was only one of the 2. It's the one that I sold, and I don't remember what I sold it for, man, but I think it was like $800 or something like that.
Well, it's funny. I remember watching Comic Link maybe 18 months ago, and they were starting to float near 600-700, and I put a bid in at like 650, thinking I'll take it at 650. I went for like 675, and I'm like, it's okay. Yeah. And I just punch myself every day for not going a little balls here, you know?
Yeah, we didn't know. We really didn't. Those of us have been in it so long, we're the jaded ones who didn't see it. We didn't know that everything was going to tank, and then rich people were going to start spending their money on like collectibles. Like, how do we know, man?
Oh God. Another book that it's at its all-time high. Batman Beyond 1 keeps climbing. Two sales in the last couple weeks at 1,900 plus for 9.8.
Fucking insanity,
right? I don't know how many times I've sold that book for nothing, but you know, I don't know. I can't argue one way or the other anymore. I don't know shit. I've realized.
Yeah.
Checking in on a Copper Age book that, you know, right on my alley. 2 sales. Creatures Vid #1. 2 sales the same day. 9.8s, a $900 sale at a buy it now and a $910 at auction. First appearance of Frank Einstein, who becomes Madman, who, man, in the 90s was a big character. He's been pretty quiet now. I kind of always say he's like Deadpool before Deadpool became Deadpool. Just a kind of wild, crazy kind of persona.
Yeah, that's a hard book to find too.
Yeah, and the back cover is black, so you tend to get a lot of rub at the staples. I've got a handful of copies, and I've never found one I felt was worth a 9.8.
Yeah, it's pretty thin, right? Or wait, I'm sorry, is it thin?
No, it's not thin, but it's got that black kind of like easy to kind of fade off ink.
Yeah. And so, especially when people have kept those books in like looser bags and boards. That's one of the reasons I do tighter. Like what I like to use keeps things tighter. They just don't slide around. Like even when you ship them or when you're there, like books, like people send me just slide around shit all the time, and I'm always like, oh man, sorry for the back of your books.
I forgot about that. That's a pro tip from Sean.
And also like the Gerber, like the fullbacks or whatever, or halfbacks. Man, like those things can do damage to to these the shitty Marvel paper they've been using for almost 10 years, right? You can slide the color right off the back of that fucking book with like, you think you're doing the right thing by buying the expensive shit, and you just fuck up the back of your book.
You're better off with the smooth board.
Oh, 100%, dude. Just good old BCW slick on one side, whatever kind of board. Yeah.
The interesting thing about this book is this is far from an all-time high. This is actually a case of the market seeing a high sale and saturating itself out. This is a book I watched for years because I kind of wanted one, and it kind of, you hadn't seen any for sale for ages. There just weren't any. It was like a Beto 2. There's no 9.8s there. I looked at the census today. There's 167 graded, 38 9.8s. I recall at one point there was like less than 10, and I think significantly less than 10. This was probably 5 years ago. There's 43 9.6s. The 2020 range was 2,040 to 750, 14 sales, all of them since June. The all-time high was June 14th, the first sale for a 9.8 that had happened since 2011 on GPA. So for almost 10 years, there was not a GPA recorded 9.8. The one in 2011 was $265. People looked at it. I remember seeing one listed from a guy in the group. I think he wanted like 600 at the time. I'm like, I'll give you like 4.5, and he didn't want to go, and he probably kept it. But when nobody sees one for 10 years and one hits market, it went ape shit, went for $2,000, and all of a sudden everybody else is like, oh shit, $2,000. I'm going to grade my goddamn book, press it, find them. Census exploded to 40, and now it's kind of dropped back down in that $700 to $900 range. So, case of demand inflating the supply.
Yeah.
What's the other one of these that people go after?
Graphic fantasy.
Yeah.
That's the first time he's Madman.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's the first time in color because this is black and white, and then there's another one where he's actually Madman. It's a confusing one. This is the book to get, though. So a 9.6 will run you $250 in case you're wondering the value of grading it.
I sold that first Max the Hair for like $1,200 or something.
The 9.8.
Yeah, that I found for like $300.
Oh, I'm so mad I missed. That was another case of MCS not listing it right.
Yeah, I had no idea. I looked on there and I was like, man, I was trying to find one of these, and I saw that and I bought it with like 1 second.
Yeah.
Didn't you pay like the same price for 9.6 like the week before?
Pretty goddamn close, yes.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like that, and I was just like, okay. And then I'd get. It's one of those where they got like the old school, like the haters on eBay. When I'd say first the Max and then put the hair like behind it, they're like, but it's not the Max, and I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, just
talking about primer.
Don't buy it. Yeah. I'm like, don't buy it and move on. I'm not trying to fool anybody. It says it on the fucking label, but like, I'm gonna list shit how I want to list it. The worst people are like when you actually make a mistake, or though people be like, I'll put like a key number at the end of a listing. I'll put like a 5 or 15 or a 1 or something like that. And they'll go like, why does it have a 1 at the end of your listing? I go live. You got to have something better to do with 5 minutes of your life.
I used to
figure out how I was using keywords on eBay listings at the very end of a fucking listing.
I used to put a lot number, like it was my sales lot number on that sometimes.
Yeah. I'm alphabetical, but yeah.
Dazzler, is it the first appearance of Dazzler?
Yeah, it's got to be X-Men 130.98. And I'm so pissed off, dude. I always wanted that book, man. And I remember sitting there at $300.
Why?
Because all of them are.
Oh, wow.
All those fucking X-Men 98s are just going for that, man.
We talked about something on the show last time with Nico, dude. It was X-Men books or...
Yeah, they've been. Yeah. All that whole run, that whole Claremont run, finally getting sued. Oh, except you want to talk Days of Future Past. Dude, those books are worth dick now, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been gone a while, but it's like they go lower and lower. It's like nobody wants to look at those books. No, let's talk about the first Dazzler, not one of the greatest 2 issues of all time put together.
Well, you might want to just buy those at this point.
Fucking why not?
I saw a 9.6 guy wanted like $200 or something for it. It was like,
that was a $1,000 book at one point.
You know what else book I'm looking at right now? And it's I'm not on MCS right now. Remember Brainiac was like a big book. A 2.5 is like $800-$900 right now.
Can I ask a question to the deviants in the audience? Did any of you buy the fucking Nintendo preview 9.8 that I talked about? Because it was gone the next morning when I looked. Just curious if you're the deviant that did it. Just let me know.
No, dude, you know, no one ever admits to this shit. The only way I've still made friends is admitting when I buy things. Right? People are like, hey, yeah, I just bought that.
I actually Googled trying to find the shop, figuring out if I could like save the eBay fees on it, because at $2,500, I'm like, I'd take the 10% and sell it right now and buy it. And I couldn't figure it out, and somebody bought it the next morning.
Dude, and you know how many people text me with links and go like, can you give me a grade on this? I'm like, yes. Tell me if you're not buying it.
I try not to very often, but I've done it.
Oh, no, you did. No, I'm happy with doing it. I'm just saying I'm not such a piece of shit that I would buy it out from under anybody. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a bad way to live your life, man.
There's days that you need to, like, I need to be talked in or out of things, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you know. Fine tick that you find is going to make the difference.
I'm sure. Yeah, sometimes I find 9 and you find 2. But like, no, but I'm just saying like, oh yeah, yeah, that's a nice book, but I've never been, you know what I mean? I'd never like.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy. Like, oh, that's a great book. I just bought it.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Thanks for the link. No, trust me, if I send someone a link, that means I didn't buy it. Go ahead and go for it.
It's probably not the 9.8.
Yeah, it might be a 9.8. I just might. I mean, you can't buy everything you want to buy. You already bought 5 books that week. You can't buy a 6 sometimes. It's just how the world works.
It does. All right, a couple more books. This was one that I was aware of it sells, but it still surprised me to see it still selling at a high price. Marvel Tales 106, the first reprint of the Punisher, $500 for a 9.8.
Whoa!
Right?
They got the one bidder quitter. They're just out there trying to fish, right? Run that auction every week, and
no,
Sean, how terrible would it be?
That's a tough 9.8, dude.
There's been about a half dozen sales in 2 years at $500. It has floated at $500. You don't see a lot of them. There's only 29.8s and 19.96s in the census, probably because people didn't realize it sells.
Yeah. No, that's
$200, man.
I pay $500 of that easy right now.
Dude,
right?
How terrible would it be if you tried to shell build this, Sean? Like you're like, oh, I'm going to prop up my home bet, and that's the only bid you got.
I mean, I wasn't sure, but I looked, and it has been selling for 3 years at that price.
Yeah, that's not. That's not. I guess that's not that surprising. I mean, it's a great book. So I buy that, and then 98 is 120, and 99 is 121. So the death. Yeah. So death of Cat and Gwen Stacy. Yeah. So those whenever I see those in the back bins, I buy them because they're like they're at least $20.
Punisher book in years.
I have sold probably 10 of them, and none of them are even the realm of worth grading.
I don't think I actually found one.
To be honest, I actually I have searches out on certain sites where I look for them, and honestly, in Marvel Tales, I go straight. I basically go straight to 98 and to these, and I think Marvel Tales 100 actually redid Spidey 100. I'm not sure. So it might have the same cover. I think they use 100 for both of them, so it's actually kind of worth buying.
I just haven't seen one of these in a bin in ages.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I haven't. Yeah. No, I don't. I might have only maybe got one like in person history. It's almost all from the internet that I bought them.
Yeah, somebody just listed somewhere strange.
No, that's a bad. Honestly, that $4.99 is probably. I think that's probably a good purchase.
Yeah. 2 more books. I'm gonna do. We flip back to this one. TJ Vaith bought my nice copy of this at my 9.4. I feel okay about it because I told him not to buy a Turtles 1 at the time. So karma equals out.
I remember that conversation, dude.
Yeah, you should have said, "Don't listen to that asshole. He told me not to buy the Batman splash."
Well, it's I talked to him too about it. He goes, "What do you think?"
You were there, Sean. We were talking about buying a Turtles 9.8 for $25K.
Yeah,
dude, that would have been a good purchase. Oh, dude, I passed up. I knew I was going to regret this all year. A third print 9.8 for I think $800 earlier this year.
Oh, Jesus!
When you're transitioning into a new house,
no, you can't buy it.
You're just like you don't know, and there's I don't know this weird. I don't know if you guys heard about this thing in the world, this COVID thing, and you don't know what's going on, like with anything, and you don't know when things are going to happen, your house is going to sell, or what's going to do. You just you can't just frivolously buy Ninja Turtle comics, Not poor, not rich, whatever.
I thought your biggest regret was when me and you went for that Crime Doesn't Pay 24 at Baltimore.
That's
to you.
That's my personal one. This one's
like, told me to go.
I don't care about that book. I've always wanted the Crime Does Not Pay 24. And then he told me what he sold it for when we went back last time. I made him look it up, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, Christ!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about this one on the 9/21 show, so about 6 weeks ago. A 9.2 at the time it sold for just under $2K. When I'd done the research then on August 9th, an 8.5 error had sold for just under $600. So in the 6 weeks since, that book has went up to over $1,000. So fuck, nice.
Yeah, and you know what they have? So there wasn't a 9.8.
Forever.
What did? So did I? Was it yours or your brother's? Because
no, it was my brother traded it to me for a very fair market value at the time.
Yeah.
Did you press that one or Kenyon?
I did.
All right.
Yeah, I know I did. The reason I know I did is because there's a company. These guys, these are great people. There's nothing to do with them. There's a place down that does all the California shows called That Spider-Man Booth. They have Frankenstein's place. Great people. So I'm not judging the grade that CGC gave them, but they had 9.8 SS McFarlane in the Air version. And
was it 9.8 or 9.6? Because I thought at the time there was only a 9.6 in my 9.4.
Okay, either way, I just remember that it was higher than yours. Because I'm going more by the feeling now. But I remember I was like, dude,
I don't think that you, me, and Kenyon were drinking beer at a pub for 2 days straight.
That's all my. I only go to cons to get drunk with you guys.
Yeah,
yeah, and I just walk out with some comics sometimes. Whatever. It's basically.
That's a great
point.
That's a great point. Real quick, I want to hit on that. I agree 1,000%, Sean. The only reason to go to cons nowadays is to fucking hang out with your friends, and it's annoying otherwise. But
if there was ever another one that I could go to, hopefully someday I could go to another Comic-Con. But yeah, we were sitting there. So anyway, I saw that one at the con, and I'm sitting there, and all I know is that for 100% yours was better.
Yeah.
And that's why it could have been the SS McFarlane bump, which I think is what happened. And it's like, oh, God damn it. I don't think it, not that they have anything to do with it. They're great people, but it's just like, it's like, oh, man, dude. Oh, man. Yeah. So it was, that was a tough one because I was like, I know I did a better job on this. And also because a friend of mine, he bought a bunch of image books at a garage sale. And there was like,
oh, yeah, he had one.
Yeah, he ended up with it. It wasn't an error though, but it wasn't Malibu Sun. And I'm looking through all these books, and he's like, "Oh, I paid for this, and I'm sitting there, oh God, dude, because you ever have friends that just buy a bunch of comics and you're looking through them and you're like, oh, fuck, I just got down easy. I gotta let them down easy. Well, it was a garage sale. He didn't pay that much money, but I was like, no, and I was like, boom! It's almost the last book in there's a Malibu Sun, and I pressed it for him twice actually and got a 9.6. And then I gave him $350 cash because I sold it for like $430 or something for him on eBay. I gave him. I took off the grade. He's one of my best friends. I gave him I took off shipping to CGC grading fees and eBay fees, and just gave him the cash. The guy, great guy, does a lot. We're really good friends. Does a lot for my family and stuff. And
Rust number 1. So there was somebody in the chat in the comments that was saying, wonder what Rust number 1 going for. There you go.
That guy shrunk, man. That thing used to be a beast for a minute.
Yeah, that used to be a boss. I used to buy those things, and they had the gold variant too.
Yeah, that's $30 for a gold variant. I sold mine for like $150.
I quit buying them.
Yeah,
I quit buying them.
Okay, for people that do not know, there is a ad in the back cover.
Do yourself a favor, go to Spawn World, check out their write-up on it. It'll school you. It's some of the coolest information on early Spawn appearances that you'll find. So yeah, right. Anyways,
2 more books. I know we're dragging out, but fuck it, we're having fun.
Fuck yeah.
Vengeance number 1. This is not a high sale. It's near the top. What I picked it out just because
Wait, didn't that go down? Shit, wasn't it $800?
It's a little down. It's not the top. It's near. The range for the year is actually 800 is the high, 218 is the low. Right now, a 9.6 is going to cost you 260. What interested me, I don't know why I kind of got on this thought pattern. There's 269/8 of the standard. There's a 1 in 50 variant that there's 68 of in 9.8.
Delato.
Variant sells for $1,800. So if you're assuming this is between 6 and 800, that's about a 2 to 2.5 price jump, right? Between the 9.8 and the variant. If you have faith in this character, I'm not going to say if you do, you don't, whatever. But if you have faith in this character, something interesting I observed is look at the first Miles, the Ultimate Fallout 4, the 1 in 25 variant, which is not rare. We've seen a lot of them. We know there's a lot of them out there. It was only a 1 in 25. It's at 8 times the standard to the variant. So if this character is hot, it's not as good a cover, but it's interesting that it's such a less ratio between that variant and the high ratio variant.
It's
there may be a little money to be made on that.
So you're saying on the variant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Just because the split between the variant and the standard is a little off in my head.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah. I think the split's off.
On a 1 in 50. The Miles is a better variant. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. It's just that's where the demand is, because not only were those things in like however many the Five Below packs, which people don't even fucking know. Yeah. That variant. I think that year for comics, it was like that was one of the highest selling that Ultimate Fallout series, and even especially that issue, there's well over 100,000 of those issues.
Yeah,
and we know that the 1 in 25 doesn't work exactly. We know the math doesn't add up. Like for the available prints, they don't just fucking print exact amounts every month for at 500 cutoff or something like that. Especially when they're in Five Below packs. But it just shows what a sought after variant that is. But I think you're pretty right, like about this. And I'm just like, dude, if I'm gonna spend $1,000 on something, the thing is, I haven't read that many of her issues. Like, I don't know how awesome is she.
She's got a cheesy power to me. Her power is cheesy as hell.
Is it? Yeah. So
those stars she shoots out or something weird.
What is she, Jubilee?
Yeah.
If you're gambling on that book, gamble higher.
Yeah.
I like the Art Adams variant. Hey, Sean, maybe Sean will remember this. Sean, do you remember back in the day, when that Art Adams America Chavez variant, there was some talk about somebody buying the original art at some point?
No, I told you I saw it at Comic Link and almost bought it. And
okay.
Art Adams art? For number 2 or for number 1?
No, number 2.
I never remember that, Z. I'll remember that now.
I wish I would have.
I had a 9.8. I see how it's number 1 this week. I had an Art Adams 2 9.8. And I sold it, but I sold it because it used to be worth that much. So I sold it for like $400 back in the day. So I don't give a fuck, dude. It's got flavor of the week Art Adams. I don't give a shit. I paid like nothing for it. I think I just got a number 1 variant. That I don't even remember. I think I just got a number 1 variant back from CGC for at 9.8, and I don't think I put it online yet. I probably should. I paid $6 for it online.
You probably should.
So do you guys like Art Adams females, the way he draws females?
No, but I understand. But I get the draw. Like I like some people I don't get. I know I'm get some haterade these days, but fucking I don't really get the peach draw.
Neither do I. Not at all.
I'm not saying they all suck or it's all terrible, but I'm just saying like everything she does shouldn't be worth money to me. For some reason, she's just a pornographer basically who started to do comics. Because she was doing porn way before comics, and so I guess it's like So I don't get it. So like, but Art Adams, I see it a little more, and like I have friends that like it, and they tell me, and I'm like, all right, like I get it. I think those are fucking cool. That's what you like. That's what you like.
And Nico loves fucking Art Adams, man.
You know what? Why Art
I'm not
Adams,
saying he sucks. It's just not that's not who I'm gonna collect. I like different types of artists. That's all.
I don't like his females, but I love when he draws Fantastic Four mythos characters. Like he can draw any of the Fantastic Four characters, and I'll love it. His art. I don't like his females though. I don't like his he has that X-Men cover. I think he has an Emma Frost cover. But I think yeah. Anyways, I like that number 2 though.
All right.
I like it better than this.
Last book, and yeah, we've talked about this fucking book 100 times, but since Sean's here, I wanted to talk about more the 9.6. 9.8s of ASM 300, whether I like it or not, are selling towards $5,000. 9.6s in August were floating around 900. In September, 1,200. Now they're floating between 12 and 14. Question 1: is it undervalued? Is the threefold price between a 9.6, 9.8? Is that spread right on this book? And 2, what's the gamble, benefit, risk, or things to watch for if you think you can grade and get a bump with the press? What are the kind of those things?
One about like the ratio price thing. Man, I know this is one of the most sought after books, so I kind of understand. I understand the value going up. There's a lot of 9.8s. This was like overprinted, but for the way McFarlane is doing things, I think his Spawn Kickstarter has sort of been a big deal. Also, Spawn has taken off. I mean, this is I don't even above Spawn 1. I think this is the most iconic McFarlane cover you're ever gonna have. Basically. For some reason that I don't understand, they consider this the first full appearance of Venom, which it's not. And but anyway, it is what it is, and I'm not here to debate that point. Everything about it's wonderful. It's the most iconic pose. It's the most homaged or cover that's ever happened. With the 300 behind it, the way he set it up, the spaghetti webs on full effect. That said it took him like 10 hours per page longer to draw because he invented those badass spider webs, the spaghetti webs, the best it ever were, instead of just like crisscross lines like every other thing. So do I think that's a lot of money for a 9.6. I think 9.6s keep coming up, and I think the rich guys are going to keep buying 9.8s and maybe not buying the 9.6s, to be honest. So I personally would look for a raw before I paid 14 for a 9.6. I was hoping to pay a lot of years. I was hoping to pay 14 for a 9.8. Never really came. Yeah, but you know what I mean. I'll find the right offer there. Never came to fruition, man. I thought it would. I thought that wouldn't be an issue, and just didn't quite happen. I did not ever think I would see this comic be a $5,000 9.8. I really didn't.
$1,000 book for decades.
Yeah, exactly, man. So everything is what it is. I really like. It's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest covers ever. You couldn't find it in stores as a kid. It's spectacular. As far as regrading, don't even fucking try. You're out of your mind. Like if you have this thing in hand and you have a bright flashlight and you literally cannot see a flaw to where you can at least keep your 9.6, maybe go for the regrade. But trust me, this book is thick as hell. The case hides everything. And the other thing about just think about this. So most comics are like 23, 28 pages, so 14 14 wraps or whatever you want to say. So if you're looking like that, now the paper on this is easy to press, but if you have a defect that's very close to the spine and it's not going to go too far in. If it doesn't break color, you're okay. But if you think about that, all the book presses well. The spine presses decently because let's be honest, if you do a heat press, think about it. On a flat book, you're going to be able to hit it with that heat harder than you would be able to. On a thick book, you just can't press the thing all the way to the ground like you could. And I will also say that I've noticed basically any copper and bronze books, they got to be beyond flawless to get this. They quit giving out New Mutants 98 9.8s basically. They're just like, nah, you don't get one anymore. Spider-Man 300, you got to be a big company. You got to be somebody they know to get that grade. Like that. I'm just being serious here. Temper your expectations on grading any of that because they're protecting other companies' interests or protecting their own interests. And stuff that would have been a 9.8 years ago isn't going to be a 9.8 anymore. And like that's what I tell. Well, what if we get this? That goes for Hulk 340, any of these McFarlane covers, stuff like that. Any Thor 337s. Just temper your Spider-Man 301. Temper your expectations on that, because honestly, they don't really want to give you that. And I don't know if the people. I don't even think that's why the market's up and people are paying that money for them. I don't actually think that's why, because they don't know. But I submit a lot of books, and I submit a lot of books for people. And when I hit 9.8s in that, even on books that would be 9.8, I get a bunch of modern 9.8s that aren't as nice as the copper and bronze stuff that I submit. And the copper and bronze they're not getting the 9.8s, but the modern shit, they're like, fuck it, 9.8. There you go. They'll pass you through on that. So yeah, regrading a Spider-Man 300 is probably a terrible idea.
Ballsy.
It's ballsy. Well, you know what? For 1,000 to get 5,000 or 1,400 to get 5,000, it's not quite as ballsy. You can keep retrying it, but you know what
You
you're
better
doing?
feel fucking great about it.
Shipping it across the country. You're putting it in the hands of strangers for God knows how many weeks, expecting them to actually give you a better grade than they already gave the grade, and then send it back to you in the same condition. Like it's a terrible idea. The best investment. I'm not buying any of these books. I'm not buying this book at $5,000 from that. I'm not.
No.
Yeah. I'm totally not. And I'm not even saying that I think that that's a terrible investment. I'm just like, that's not where I'm at with my money. If I'm trying to make money, if I don't give a shit, I got 5 to burn and I don't have one, and I want one of the most iconic 9.8s in the history of comics. Fuck it. Spend 5 on this thing. I don't judge. I'm not a $10 comic op. I don't judge people what they buy, what they do. So regrading that thing, good luck, man.
And am I not mistaken that there was an overhang issue on that book too?
Yes, big time.
Oh, 100%. And also the especially if you have marked at white pages, those pages are like all brown.
Yeah.
Like that book doesn't really have white pages. Like even Dino and I are part Scott. Like so, I think we all know Scott Reagan pretty well. I've never seen anybody that's had as many of that book as this guy.
Dude, he's crazy. He had like 30 or 40. I mean,
Poor bastard sold most of them.
Yep. I mean, he sold at the peak. I mean, he couldn't. I think
at the peak then.
I think the only one he kept was he had a 9.8 double cover.
Oh fuck me!
And it's
that was
only
361.
Oh, was it? No, I thought he had a 9.8. I thought he had a 300 double cover too.
Yeah, he has a 361 double cover.
I think it's a 300 too.
Okay,
no.
Cool. I could be
Either
mistaken.
way, man. Fuck, man.
He does have a 361 9.8 double cover. Sorry if I could be mistaken, but I do know for a fact because he bought it for guy on CBSI on the 361. But still, though, yeah, double cover Carnage. That is insane. And so that's a thick. So those pages they're not pretty. Like they all look like that. So like I don't know, like the ones they probably take that into account when they shouldn't. So I don't know, man.
I'm tagging out for 1 minute to get a beverage. I'll be back.
I want to give a quick. I'll wait for Z to come back on this, but I want to give a shout out to our listeners and viewers. You guys have been really, really killing it lately, and much love and gratitude to all of you that have sent stuff to us. When Z gets back, I'm going to show some of the stuff that I recently got from our viewers. They are in the chat tonight. They know who they are. Thank you so much for sending that stuff to us. One of them has some stuff to give away, which is really cool. But let me show you this. So this is one of the things. Last Ronin. This is I might keep this one. I'll be honest. That's the convention exclusive. So that's a pretty dope one. I don't
Is it Baltimore?
I don't know. I have no idea. It says IDW convention exclusive. Issue 1 retailer exclusive. That's pretty cool. And then check this out. Bam. Snake Eyes Dead Game, the retailer incentive variant.
Robbie Rob Liefeld, baby.
Robbie L, baby. The one and only. Doesn't know how to draw a fucking torso. Look at that. What the fuck? That's not Snake Eyes. Like, that's Snake Eyes. This is not Snake Eyes. Like, what the fuck, man? But anyways, great, still a great book, and it's a Snake Eyes cover, so I'll take it. This though,
Hey, is the Snake Eyes Dead Game SDCC 2020 variant? Is that $40? Do you think?
yeah, I don't know. Is that the one that's the action figure cover, kind of explosion in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Check this out. Bam. Signed, retailer exclusive, Comics Vault retailer exclusive, 9.6. Signed for a giveaway book. So this is going to be a book we're going to give away. We just got to figure out how. And you guys will be seeing this shortly. So a 9.6 Snake Eyes Dead Game signed by Kevin Conrad and Gus Mock. So,
hey,
pretty
we
good.
got to give away a couple Wanted Comics books.
Yes, we do. We have some books to give away tonight.
Do we want to do the comment?
Yeah.
Spin or flow or whatever.
We'll do the comment thing, and then we'll do best comment of the night. Here's two more things that were sent to me.
Oh,
boom!
Cool. Is that a magazine?
Yep. First appearance of Sabine.
Very nice. Yeah. Oh, you bastard!
The first appearance. Okay.
Yeah.
Go with it.
Go with it. And then Wizards, baby. Unopened Wizards.
I got those.
All right, dude. This is the
Those are
great
best, dude.
shitter material number one right here, guys. Nothing better than Wizards.
Yeah, and the old Wizard, and you think about all the things. You guys want to learn comic history? Fuck all these goddamn novels, people, right? Fucking get an old Wizard, man. Flip through one, hot 10, fucking top 10 heroes, top 10 villains.
Top 10 5/5 is guaranteed to have Werewolf by Night 32 on it or whatever on it.
The only thing I learned more comic history from was that first series of Marvel cards when I got them.
Yeah, Impel ones in the
That's a
back.
good card. That's how I learned baseball too, even.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I mean, I remember memorizing first appearances from those.
Yeah. 100%.
All right, let's see here. What else have we got to talk about? Anything else cool?
Those are the shit, man.
Let's give away that book. Let me do this. Let me get rid of this. And we'll go Matrix. We'll go Matrix Saga right here. All right. Yeah. Z, give me a stop.
All right. Stop.
Those Spawn toy Kickstarters will be shipping soon.
Kent L.
Kent
That's my
L.
boy. San Diego, baby.
So Kent, hit up Z on Instagram at Comics Are the Norm, or you can hit us up at Tales from the Flipside channel at gmail.com, and we'll get that sent out to you.
We'll let Sean kind of keep a half an eye on the comments, and if you see something that makes you laugh, let me know, and we'll give them the Shang-Chi variant.
I want to. There was a comment. Let's see here. It was DeVoe, Maddie DeVoe. Where is it? When we were talking about McFarlane.
We're not giving
covers,
Maddie the book, but we are going to talk about him.
Yeah. When we were talking about McFarlane covers, he said McFarlane covers are way up across the board.
Oh, that Batman book's
covers.
ridiculous.
What do you guys think about his Amazing Spider-Man run and the Spider-Man run after that?
I tell you what, I almost bought the Spider-Man 1 Chromium, that Marvel collectible.
It was a giveaway in Wizard.
Yeah, the Spider-Man 1, because there's a 300 and there's Spider-Man 1. That Spider-Man 1 is beautiful. There was an IG seller that had it up. I sent an offer. They said no, and then like 4 hours later, they sent it back and said, if you claim it, you can have it. And I wasn't paying attention. And then somebody claimed it before I got back to him. And I was like, motherfucker. Because that book is gorgeous.
I've never been able to find that book. I own the Platinum, but not the Chromium. But anyways, those amazing covers, right?
They're through the roof.
And what about the Hulk
9/8?
covers? The Hulk covers, even not in 9/8, selling them raw. Are they seeing good sales on that? Let's take a look.
I think they're doing all right.
Let's take a look at what they're selling for, because this is very interesting to me. I love hearing about like McFarlane stuff that's moving, you know. All right, so let's go Hulk. I probably just do, let me do Hulk. You see that? Have you ever used that TerraPeak thing? That TerraPeak tool?
I know people that do, and they seem to like it, but like what we do is so specialized that eBay can barely kind of fucking look it up. You know what I mean? Like they can't figure out what we're looking for. Like we know how to search, dude.
Yeah, you
like,
can't. You can't.
Like people, everything that we sell, it might seem like it's a bulk item. It's really not. It's individual because every comic is a different grade.
Oh yeah,
if that makes sense. Yeah.
I can't believe that some of these are so cheap. I mean, I understand the sales on these, but like this book right here is cheap as hell.
Yeah, but it's all about the grade.
Like this,
no, it's
a 9698 is different.
Look
than
at
you
this
know how
book.
many beaters, dude? I get so many people send me that book to press. Do you know how many beaters are of that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And by the way, it's easily pressable book, but like it's not an easily pressable 9.8 or anything like that. But
no,
I'm buying one of those books on Friday. Some good times, or off a shady deal.
You bought one on Friday off a shady deal?
No, I'm gonna buy one this Friday. I got that and another book for like we'll just say $30.
Yeah.
I mean, not bad.
It still blows me away how cheap some of the McFarlane.
Well, I mean, you're paying for quality. You can get a fine all day long, man.
Yeah,
people are paying for 9.6, 9.8, maybe 9.4.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. It's crazy, man. But yeah, that Batman cover is nuts. It's absolutely
that one's pretty fucking rough. All right, we ready for pickups?
Yeah, let's get into pickups here. Just take a quick look. Oh, $100 for that thing?
Yeah, dude. Oh man,
800.
Oh,
no.
do you know? I don't even want to see that. Did you see that?
No, go back up. Go back. I'm sorry.
We talked about this book last week. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
Yeah. Dude, we had that on there for like 180.
Look at this. This is selling $61 raw.
And Yanni was like, "Yeah, I'll pay for that." And he's like, "Isn't that cheap?" We're like, it's price. Like
yeah.
that's what it's at, dude. He was like, "Nah." So maybe he doesn't want to hear it either.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
dude, it was crazy how many books. I mean, our company did. I guess we'll say, well, we did okay. I mean, it was crazy the amount of books we had. Remember the Red Sonja 9.8s that we get? We had those My Comic Shop like books, and there's a ton of one didn't go for anything in that auction. I mean, it was like $600. It was like DC Superstars.
I still wish I would have bought that book from you.
Double the money, but still,
yeah.
But anyway, that shit happens.
Yeah.
Shit.
None of us predicted the market to be this fucking crazy. None of us. We all kept thinking, this is awesome. We keep making money. We keep doing better. Every book goes up. We just didn't think we'd keep going for 20 years.
Yeah, man. I had one like I bought that Bronze Age lot with like every first appearance, man. I graded
you killed it at the day.
I killed it. Don't get me wrong. The GSX 9.2 that I have now is worth what I paid for all of them. So yeah, I killed it, but like at the same time, dude, I set the Hulk 181 record raw over GPA at the same grade. And I'm like, you don't feel like you're doing bad setting a fucking raw record over a GPA record. And I know what the grade was. And it's funny because we had a green label of the same, obviously it was going to be cheaper, but like they were almost identical. So it was like the guy that bought it off me, I was like, look, so here we at, and I'm like, I'm gonna call it 8.5. Maybe you can look out and get a 9.0. And I'm like, look, and it was like the exact the defect, like it was equal amount of defects. Like one had like a on the back, 3,500 cash, I think, and I can't complain about $3,500 bills in your hand of something that you paid nowhere near that for. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But like, hey, you know what I mean? At the same time, you don't spend like $4 or $5 grand on something that you intended to sell and not sell the things you intended to sell. I think I had a Marvel Spotlight 5. Like I think I got a 7.5. I don't remember what I sold it for. I want to say like 13 or 14, but it was a goddamn GPE record at the time.
Yeah,
you know, it was what it was.
Shit,
I still have my 9.0 that I paid $800 for.
I sold my Gym 83 that show.
Yeah.
And I sold it for a great price.
Yep.
I had priced it at 10 or 15% of GPA, and he gave me trade value in cash that was more than that.
Yeah.
And I used that money to buy a collection that I've taken out probably $15K of, but I still can't go back and buy the same book because you're like, I don't want to pay twice as much for it.
You just can't get back. You can't get back what you put in, man.
No.
I've had 3 Chamber of Chills 19s, but I still have my best one. So that's all.
Yeah. No,
I missed the 6.0 for like 1,300.
That's
like an idiot.
Uh,
Shit happens.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in the chat tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here and keeping the chat lively. Like, you guys make the show exciting for us. You make it fun. We really enjoy it. So we appreciate you. Z, remind me after the show to read you the note that was in with those books. It's pretty cool.
Are you guys doing pickups?
We are doing pickups. Do you have pickups, Z? Do you want to start?
I'm gonna stop my camera. I'm gonna turn around, just grab.
All right.
I'll let Sean grab some. I'll keep us occupied a few minutes.
All right.
I have 0 again.
I had quite a few come in. I'll wait on one for Sean, but this is a good story. So the guy that won the drunken box, right?
Yep.
He's a friend of mine. He appeared on a couple Global Comic Safari shows and pickup shows. I had happened to grab a book that I didn't know he needed, but he needed to finish the set. And I said, dude, I'll just send it to you. I paid nothing for it. And he's like, I'll send you something back. So I sent him a book that I got a great deal on, but probably was worth more. And he sent me 3 books back that I think are fantastic. And the better thing was he's from Florida. Taped inside the Gemini mailer, he had 5 shark teeth and said, "For your boys."
Nice.
That's cool.
Like, dude, it made my 8-year-old and 11-year-old's day.
That's cool as hell, man.
What kid doesn't want fucking shark teeth? So I sent him a non-canon Nick Fury, similar to the non-canon Spider-Man's with a girl in a bikini. And he sent me a Spanish First Brainiac.
That's beautiful.
It's not a super expensive book, but it's still pretty fucking cool. A Spanish GSX one.
I have one of those.
And a Italian First Falcon. So
not bad.
Very cool. So I sent him 1 book that I got a deal on. He sent me 3 books he got a deal on, and he won the drunken box. So comic karma, guys. Be cool to each other, and the comic gods will take care of you.
Yep.
That's all I can say there. 2 that I picked up from eBay this week. This book, honestly, in the international market is hot. And a local seller, I think, sold them a little cheap to me because he put them on eBay. I got a Norwegian Moon Knight one, and look at that fucker.
That's gorgeous.
Look at the titling on it.
I know, that is gorgeous.
Like,
I gotta get me one of those.
It's like
better than the
meetings. It looks like a Speed Racer, kind of like a Speed Racer.
It is fucking beautiful. And these, like most of these, the Moon Knight ones, because I don't think Werewolf by Night 32 is published a lot globally. The Moon Knight one's kind of the book to get. And they don't sell for less than $30-$40, and I got this for $15. Very, very happy. I also picked up the Denmark version. Same seller.
I like that one too.
Not as pretty. It's got a lot of ad space on it. It does have a Conan story in it if you look at the bottom. Not as clean. That other one was freaking sharp.
I know, but I like the Moon Knight like this on the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No means
Jesus.
I am not complaining, but very happy for it. Another, this is fucking something you won't find in the rest of the world. Lebanese Arabic book. A lot of the Lebanese books didn't sell well. I don't even know what Brian's laughing at.
I don't know either. It must be the cannabis.
I'll let him recover.
He's losing his mind. Anyways, keep going.
This has got a hard cover front, and the back cover is missing. So they would take the comics that they couldn't sell, trim them up, and put them in a hardbound book. And they call it a mohad.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is the seller gave me a discount on this because the back was missing.
Okay.
If you open the front cover, this is issues 1 through 4 of the Arabic Star Wars printed and just kind of glued together and went.
Interesting.
So there's a Star Wars 1 cover, and there's 2, 3, and 4 in here. My buddy Matt Roybal was telling me that like most of the copies of the books out of Lebanon and the Arabic language, they all got cut because they didn't sell. So he paid more for his copy pulled from a binding than I paid for this whole one. He's like, rip the cover off, split up the 4 books. You can sell the other ones and get the number 1 for free. So
wow.
Crazy, random. And do look at the coloring on this, though. That's pretty badass. It's just lots of vibrant colors.
Shit, that's awesome.
So
where's that? I'm sorry that I turned it back on. Where's that one particular? That whole
Lebanon.
Lebanon.
Yeah.
Man, I used to kick it there back in the day.
Lebanon, and I didn't think about this, but that's where the comics were in the 70s and 60s. Lebanon was kind of like the free world Paris before things got crazy in the Middle East.
Totally.
I got one more book I want to show, and I saved it till Sean got back because I'm a glutton for fucking punishment. But I do want to give a shout out to my friend at 4 Color Creations. I had a special request. He's the one that does these amazing Golden Age covers. I got a Black Cat 50 and a Chamber Chills 19 from him. I got a buddy of mine who's having his second kid, and he named his first kid Henry after Superman because his wife wouldn't let him get away with Cal. So he went to Henry for Henry Cavill. He named his second kid Oliver, and I'm like, well, fuck, I got to find a cover with Superman and Green Arrow on it, and I had to make this DC Presents for me.
Fucking amazing. That is
what is wrong with Brian?
Oh man, he's high, dude. He's cool. Don't worry about it.
Did you guys not hear that?
This goes off the way. Oh,
No, dude, that was that.
Hey, who let Simon in this motherfucker?
Dude.
So everything wasn't muted, just my camera. But anyway,
dude, bro, that was classic.
I didn't hear it, but I was talking.
Oh, bro.
sorry, no, that is badass, John. Sorry, I ruin your show until that shit's fucking pretty awesome. I haven't gotten anything from that guy.
4 Color Creations, some love.
Yeah, that's super cool. I've been following him, man. The guy makes amazing stuff. So.
He did this custom one for me for pretty much not much more than he does the standard. So
yeah, that is.
If you need one, hit him up, man. And Sean,
is this prices reasonable? I guess. I mean,
you can get most of them for $35 shipped.
Oh wow!
He charges a premium on a couple of them because they take a little more work, but not much.
How much did you say?
$35.
Oh, that's a great deal
Ship.
for art that you won't. Yeah, you should change. I made my barber start charging people more.
Dude, get his He-Man Skeletor on that. That'd be dope, dude. That He-Man the Vulcan Skeletor.
I mean, look at it's fucking 3D.
Look at that,
shit.
dude.
Yeah, that thing's insane. I know, I love it, man.
Yeah,
I want more of those. I need them for backgrounds. Like I have actually I'm allowed to have like one thing that's not in my office in this house, and I have a display case in the hallway. Just random shit.
That's what it is.
I have like Chuck Norris riding Voltron and stuff, but I need it for like the background.
Because you don't want to display your beauties there. So these are kind of like the placeholder beauties.
Yeah.
So one last book I picked up that Sean will appreciate because I'm a fucking glutton for punishment. Yet another goddamn Untamed 9/8.
Really?
Oh.
Did you get a good deal? You know what's funny? I've never had I have a bunch of those, and I've never even bothered to grade them. I think I got them graded for other people. Like I don't know. You know what's crazy? I have their Kickstarter sitting on the floor here, and I haven't even opened the box.
I don't know. I am like the lone fucking believer still that I think they are onto something and they will do something. I have a few 9/8s I bought in the lull for like under 100. It topped out around 5. I bought a few before that. This one was down at 3, and I thought, dude, that's a price too low. I'll gamble on it.
Yeah,
I still need one of those, and I'm glad we're talking about this with Sean on.
I'll open a couple Kickstarter box right now if you guys want.
Dude, let's see that shit. I want to see that shit, bro.
I won't remember what I bought.
If nothing else, they're good guys. Sean is on a cover of one of these.
Yeah, they put me in Mel. They just let me
with
take
Mighty Mel B.
I'm so jealous of that, dude.
They did.
If that shit,
like he didn't do it, but they asked Trey also because he was in early on it. Like you know, they got a lot of love from us, and you know what? They showed love back. So that was nice. That was nice of them to do. Some people think it's somehow nefarious. I look at it like, man, those people are good to me every time I see them, and that's the way that goes.
Sebastian could sell fucking iced Eskimos, man.
That's also true. That's
has anybody heard anything recent on it?
No, I think the world's just screwed, dude. You don't see people at cons.
No, I looked a while ago.
Hate that, dude.
They
Since
still
I
show
moved
that
out.
production. They've got some writers. They've got some people working, but it,
yeah,
world is not working like it was.
But you would think that people would want more new TV shows because everybody's like it is.
But this is an epic show. You can't like just film that now. You know, this is not a closed set show. And I think they're still developing. Like, I think the comic is the property, but it's kind of like Game of Thrones. It's not the same thing you're going to read in the story.
Yeah.
The characters are going to be used. So
I think it's cool how that book happened, like when it happened, the way, you know, what was going on with CBSI at the time was like CBSI at that time was in full effect, man. It was good times.
But it was Niobe one that was hitting them. This book was
Untamed was fucking, dude. Untamed was getting fucking because we could buy off their website at the time. And so we didn't know. And like, I remember when someone first rises is like, they sold a bunch of copies of the books. I think Mel introduced Trey to him at Baltimore. They were WonderCon, LA Comic Con, Stan Lee's LA Kamikaze. Now it's all like whatever. The one that they have in downtown LA every year was right after that. And just meet people and have a good time. They've also always all the so Heidi Ho Comics in Santa Monica, they would have all the release parties, and I live 2 blocks away. So it's like when they do their fucking release parties, man, of course I would, try to advertise and make it better. And it's a whole different thing, man. Like it literally wasn't at a con, of course, but like with them, like it wasn't like this whole comic, like a whole comic crowd. It's like non-traditional, diverse, like there's like, there's like industry people and stuff that everybody became friends with, man. So it was what it was, dude. I know a lot of people think that they're like are doing too much or something like that. I don't. You know what? People that are good to me, that have always treated me good, other than a couple razzes, to be honest with you, man, I've sold like 3 Niobe comics in my life, and I got a short box full, and I fucking paid for them. You know what I mean? Like it's like wherever we go, dude. Like I go like these are the people I want to support, the people who are good to me. You know what I mean?
I have had a permanent.
My wife has pictures with Amandla Steinberg with Sebastian just hanging out at Heidi Ho Comics and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just, dude, it was what it was, man. There's nothing.
Do you miss not having
them cheap? I'm
miss
the
everything
Apple
about
buying
the
them.
old world.
Yeah,
dude.
I need one. I need one.
I'm telling you, if you're the seller that auctions them and they sell cheap, I guarantee you I bought them. I have been watching them for years. I keep buying them.
What do you miss not being close to that shop?
Okay, so good old Memorial Day weekend, I turned on TV and saw them being destroyed by looters.
Oh
So,
man.
and then there was another story in the paper about Heidi Ho being destroyed, and also the restaurant next door, which is called Tar and Roses, which was my wife and I only had our anniversary dinner every year. So, and I believe they're now shut for good. I don't think they're reopened. And you know so the pictures of the looting. And by the way, they broke in with power tools and took the safe out. They didn't call that
That's
looting.
not looting. That's theft.
Say, you think? You mean somebody didn't plan that? By the way, safe was empty. Fucking
Nice. Well,
so anyway,
listen,
so all the t-shirts
shop you
and
went to
Funkos are gone,
is-
and there's a Silver Surfer fucking wait, is it 2 or 4? The Silver Surfer Thor. I don't know how. I don't remember the difference right now.
4.
There's a $1,000 book hanging on the wall or more, hanging on the wall, and all the t-shirts are gone. Try that on. Genius.
Well, the shop you went to downtown Indy got looted that same week too.
Yeah, man. Because you know what? Social injustice. I would go tear apart the place that had all the Stranger Comics launches and parties everywhere because that fixed it. Yeah.
There's
so
no logic.
they did. They got a lot of things replaced and stuff, and I don't think they reopened. But everything is still. That's it right there. And they moved from where we had the event. But they moved like a quarter mile away, just basically on the same street. And so they're actually closer to, if you know anything about Santa Monica or whatever, it's the 3rd Street Promenade. They moved closer to. But yeah, so that's what happened. That's what happened.
That's sad. Well, you guys can go help them out. They have a GoFundMe page. They've already raised.
I think the shop's closed, man. I think they're good.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to donate. Honestly,
Just support Stranger Comics, man. They're good folks.
Support Stranger. We always did, and like even his Eddie, yeah. And so Eddie D'Angelini ran the place. Jeffries started in. I'm gonna screw up the city, but it's like South Bay, so not far south of that. And it was of course I miss living 2 blocks from a comic store, but like. And especially that comic store with like great people and great things that made us all a part of things, and it was a great place to be. And it's not any. It's and I'm not sure if they're opening back up or not. To be honest, they did, and I'm not sure they can. And everything gets closed. And Santa Monica has way stricter COVID restrictions in most places. So can you get wait.
Sean got muted.
Is it still clicking?
Yeah. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're better.
I'm just going through the shitty camera instead of the microphone.
All right.
If that's what works, that's what works.
All right. So what pickups you got there, Sean?
I got pickups. I got a stranger box to open, but I don't want me to. If I don't give a shit, I grabbed books that I picked up.
Yeah, show me the pickups.
Found a Wolverine Street for a good price online. Looks like 9.8 style. So I still believe in X23.
That's been a book we haven't seen in a while.
So there's also when you get a good deal, you get a good deal, and I am still a variant believer. So also, I don't know if you notice a theme, but I might believe in the TV show. So I kind of am going hard on the book. And plus, Even if not, it's an Animal House cover. So
Yeah, that's a beautiful book.
Goddamn Animal House cover, okay? So I might have even have more of these. I'm not sure, but the color and the variant, and the color is selling more than the variant, which makes no sense. It just shows how stupid and cheap people are because they click on things like Key Collector. Another one from our friend Steve that's in there. He sent me this is the Frisian cover. I forget, it's Faithless #4. I don't know if we're boobs on YouTube, but so this is from our friend. It's Steve. It's our buddy Steve. I forget his comic name on here. I know it when I see it. And so that's pretty cool. And shout out to another friend, Mr. Robert Fordham, for hooking me up with some OG Werewolf by Night foreign stuff, because like he's awesome and he knows I like werewolves, and especially this werewolf specifically. So I think this is pretty badass. And plus he's fighting Faker, if you didn't notice that. So
it does look like Werewolf Faker.
It's Werewolf Faker. So yeah, I gotta thank Rob for that one. I did have to buy the Virgin Starlight.
Oh yeah.
I mean Huey fucked her, but like she has Virgin Comics and stuff. You know what I mean? This is the one, and I got hosed by. So these are like hard to press books. I got hosed by CGC with the 9496 because I just wanted a 9.8 PC, and I thought there was no way. The CGC that I got back on a box, but I don't know if anybody noticed how badass this Dark Knight's Metal fucking logo cover is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Opania, dude, how badass is that? And so I subbed 2 of them, and I got a 9.4 and a 9.6 on like a glossy, thick cardstock book with no imperfections.
Wow.
I don't blow shit like that generally. And this is, I guess I should have subbed them all, because maybe this one. I went to Walmart. I went to Walmart, and I found the Batman. I think the 3rd print Batman 89 in the pack. So that was a Walmart pack. And when you're at Walmart and you find anything worth anything, just go ahead and
buy it.
I sold one of these a long time ago, and then I found somehow. It's a Magnola Hellboy BPRD variant. I even forget what number, but this thing is hard as fuck to find.
Oh yeah.
So
can't remember either, but I've seen it.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was #1. I don't know. What's it say? 2014. Yeah, there's something I flipped a long time ago, the day of release.
It's a bitch of a book.
Yeah, and anyway, I actually believe it or not, I found a couple of them. So somebody was listing MVV Creations variants, and then some people have been posting MVV Creation 9.8. So I found some online. So I made deals with the guy. One I had to bid on, the other ones I bought offline. So I'm sorry, because these are all numbered to 500. All emotes. So this is number 24 500.
Nice.
All the emotes, you guys know what this is. I think this is my like 3rd or 4th copy of this. But this is
I've only owned number 13.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's only the 3rd. This is the only one I have that has a chance at 9.8. The others don't, so I haven't graded them. And I saw that, and I made an offer. And same with, I think this is my 3rd or 4th, number 8. So the same seller made an offer.
Yeah, I had one of those, and I sold it to a guy in Finland for a shit ton of money, and still wasn't enough.
Dude, but this one, like I said, I haven't seen. I saw the back online, but I haven't taken down the bag yet because I'm not going to do that till I press it. But those 2, they have 9.8 shots, which is why I was like, screw it. And I got good deals on this. This one I had to pay more for. But I don't know if you guys saw this auction go down or not, but I was the winner.
Oh, Jesus.
It was about 400. And so I think this is my 2nd copy of this, but this is way nicer than the other. And I figure winning that at that price at auction, I can sell the other one for the same price.
That bitch is beautiful.
Yeah. So yeah, no, this is a hard one to find. The other 2, for whatever reason, even though there's only 500 supposedly of all of them, this is not an easy one to find.
That 8 I've seen enough.
I know, but it still has the. I got 50 of 500.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd think you'd see them all equally, and you just don't.
No, I've seen the 8 way more than any of the others.
Yeah, I don't know why though. It's still numbered to 500. Maybe because it's the last one or something, or because it's such a good cover. I mean, it's a good cover, man.
It probably comes to market a little more. People know what it is a little more. I don't know.
Maybe it's like, yeah, but you'd think they'd know more. Like, Oh, my camera's screwing up here. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty badass too. I don't know. Anyway,
I can't rationalize it.
those are my roast pickups I can find behind me.
Those Matty toy variants have not picked up like I figured they would.
They go up and down. I don't think people. I'm gonna start doing a Instagram thing where I sort of bring awareness to these things. Honestly, not for myself, just because I feel like doing it, but I want to get some of these created. But dude, I mean, you saw this. I mean, I have more than a short box of Masters of the Universe 9.8s. So I'm like, you know what? I got rare shit, man. I'm gonna start showing off rare shit just because fuck it, let's do it.
I mean, that Faker graham cracker is one of the few that's not leaving my PC. I don't care the price.
I have two, and people are like, well, if you ever want to sell it, I'm like,
I don't really.
I got one raw and one graded.
I was going to buy your other one to send to Ozzy, and, you know, we happen to be near Chicago. He found one a couple years ago, and I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it would have cost to get yours, but I wasn't happy about it.
Well, yeah, the Faker, you thought you could have found that one, man. And that Faker doesn't show up. The Graham Crackers are harder to find, I think, than these MV creations. The Graham Crackers.
And who didn't fucking love Faker, man? He was like the favorite character as a kid.
Yeah, but only the Faker one is good. Like the other ones, honestly, the other ones, because there's I think 3 Graham Crackers. The rest are MV.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
The Faker is awesome, and it's a wraparound. It's gorgeous, but the rest suck. Like it's like King and Queen. It's like, well, what the? No one wants that. It's terrible. Yeah. But these are pretty good. And the same seller kept throwing them up, man. And because just the way that I thought they were gonna grade out, dude, he took like 140 for one, 150 for the other, and I won the other one at like 396 or something.
Jesus, I sold the 8. It was nowhere near a 9.8 to a guy across fucking in Scandinavia for like $200, and that was years ago. Those things will fucking go to the right seller.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, don't get me wrong. All I want to do is upgrade. That's the only reason that I would ever sell any of these. And at the same time, it's like piling up on comics that there's only 500 of. That's a good thing too, man. That's a good thing too.
What you got there, Brian? You're on mute, Brian.
Shout out a couple books, not necessarily do anything else.
I love the Liberties.
So do you guys know about this? This book has a beautiful J. Scott Campbell cover, right? But it also has a boys comic inside, a boys story that you can only find in this issue. So be on the lookout for this if you guys are fans of The Boys. I'm right there with you, Sean. I think The Boys is that good that it's worthy of still specking on, and this is a book that a lot of people don't know about. Because Sean is here, I want to throw up some books that I buy every time I see them because of Sean talking about them. This is a big part of my childhood. Mad Balls, the variants.
I love
these variants, especially this one. I have
Scarecrow Oven. My favorite
10 of these
in the whole world, dude.
Yes.
He liked my 9.8 picture of that on Instagram.
Yeah. This cover is so underrated. I'm surprised this book doesn't sell for way more. Look how gorgeous it is. It's just. And then this is something I don't know if Sean has seen this yet, but I've showed it on the show. I'm sending this out to you, just because of thanks to you. Have you seen this?
Oh, I'm not sure what number is that. I have a bunch of the Big Daddy Roth Rat Pink. Oh, that's number 2.
Yeah.
Not sure if I have number 2.
You do now. So,
sweet, dude, I love it. There's pink versions. There's the Big Daddy Roth ones from the Big Daddy Roth number 1 and number 3 from the 60s and 70s. Like I have almost a whole set of those. There's only like 4 that are impossible to find, and those are impossible to find, man. And there's different versions. There's pink versions. There's whatever, dude. You just can't run into them. The World of Fandom did them.
Yeah.
I love Big Daddy Roth. I love Rat Pink. Thanks.
I remember you talking about the Rat Fink books, and when I saw it, I was like, I gotta grab it. So that something that a lot of people don't know about, and Big Daddy Roth fans are rabid.
Yeah.
And his old original stuff, like you said, from the '60s is. Yeah, man, it's way expensive in price. I think he has like some Hot Wheels maybe, or some Pez dispensers or something else that like is worth a shit ton of money.
Yeah, they almost every item. And the other thing was the guy was like a chill guy. Like he was he was a clean artist. Like he did all that. And even though it's called like rap pink, you might think he'd be make like dirty shit or something like that. But he always did like super clean stuff. He wouldn't curse. He wouldn't make like dirty jokes. He would think it was like, like cool to make the hot rod like car shop jokes and stuff like that. And it was always clean. It was always like he would let everybody like it would be clean. Like he wanted your kids to be able to check his shit out.
Yeah, that shit's cool, man. So I love finding those rarities. Like you were pulling out the He-Man stuff.
Yeah.
I was looking for a He-Man book that I found. I just can't find it, and I'll have to pick your brain on it later. But all right. Other than that, guys, we've been going for quite a bit of time. I think it's about that time. I want to remind everybody to go out there and if you guys follow Bird City Comics and you guys want to get some dope ass exclusives. Use the promo code Flipside for 15% off. You can get that badass Punchline variant, that sick ass Jim Lee, Scott Williams, historic piece. They also have some other cool stuff over there. So use the code word Flipside for 15% off. And also, like Z said, comicbarricade.com. Use the code word Flipside for 10% off your order. Get yourself the card stopper too. They are badass. So other than that, thank you guys. Sean, thank you for coming on, brother. We got to get you on more often.
Oh, yeah, man. I had a good time.
Been a long time since I've been to share a beer, man. Been fun.
Yeah.
One of these days, we're going to be able to do this in person when these cons get started. We'll cross our fingers till then. Adios. Thank you, everybody. Peace.